believe in you.
Oh, we live. Oh, we live. Welcome back to Views from the East. This is your boy Prada. Ain't no one hotter. That's straight off the top of the head, and that's coming to you every week. Every week I'm using that. But anyway, I'm back with a brand new episode, and I have intelligent people here to articulate with. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
At this time, I'm going to ask you to fasten your seatbelts.
Welcome, guys. Thank you again for joining me. Q is back on the episode. Q, pleasure to have you here. How are you?
I'm well. I'm happy to be back. What's up? Prada, how you living?
I'm living good, man. Living happy. Surviving
Good
out here in these streets. We got our boy B. He's back in the building. Mike muted though.
Big B.
I muted that real quick. What's good? How you doing, everybody?
We good. My man is on that McDonald's Wi-Fi right now. And then we have a new guest with us this week. A very close friend of mine's, Tati. Tati, welcome to the pod. How are you?
Hi, thank you. I'm good.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And before we even really get into it, listen, if there's anybody else that wants to jump in on the conversation, I could add you guys to the pod directly. Just comment below, let us know, if you'd like to join that conversation, if you have anything to say. And obviously, if you're too shy to do that, you can leave comments that addresses the topic, and then we can address you that way. But let's get right into it, man. Look at me and my technical difficulties. All right, perfect. Let's get this on. I'm sorry, everyone. This is terrible. There we go. All right, guys. So obviously you've read the description of the episode. The catalyst for this one. It's Kanye versus Kim. I felt that was just the most easiest way to put that. Who wants to dive into this one? I think we've been talking about Kanye. Well, not us in particular, but I think they've been a major subject around the world for a long time. Especially with this breakup with her and her new boyfriend, him and the kids, her and the kids. So I think the angle that I wanted to approach today was the co-parenting, because I feel like that's the most important thing out of the whole situation, because obviously they're adults, but I don't think they're thinking of how it affects the kids for the future. They're kids now, but to be dealing with that now, and then in the future they'll see this all over the internet. So who wanted to start this? I could start this. I can kind of tell you how I feel about everything, but I feel like I'm always here. So all right, I'll do it. Awkward silence. What's up?
You said you were gonna do it.
Exactly.
You said you were gonna start.
I did.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I might as well, right? All right, so let me get that. So honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really don't care what Kanye does, what Kim does. Like I said, the most important thing for me is the kids, right? And how I see everything. I think the thing that I hate most about everything, because what they're doing isn't necessarily new to anybody. I just think because of who they are, everything is in the public eye. It's not like it's just your next door neighbors that's hearing you argue, or it's just something that's happening in your household. You have millions, if not billions, of people tuning into all of this, and I just feel like the way that they're handling the situation publicly isn't the right way. I say to Kanye, like, that's the mother of your children. And I get it. Like she's probably tripping in your head. And I understand that. But I feel like there was certain things that he shouldn't have brought out in a public, like on whatever it is, Twitter, Instagram, whatever these platforms are. I just feel like certain things are meant for private conversations. And I get it, and I guess that's just males being very emotional, which is nothing wrong with that. But I think he made the situation worse. And I refer to, like, at the beginning of the relationship, sort of when they were like first broken up, if there was a chance for them to get back together and sort of remedy everything and, whatever they had to do, I felt that went out the window the minute he started bashing her family. Even if she wanted to kind of give him a chance, she can't now because obviously you've embarrassed her in front of the world. So, of course, now you're going to have this petty tit for tat situation that's going on. And all I've been seeing is him posting certain things. She posts certain things. Now she's dating Pete Davidson. And now Kanye is. What I would say is I understand Kanye's frustration. I just feel it's too public. I feel like he's doing a little too much and putting himself out there in a way that makes him look nuts. Anything for the kids, when he's talking about for the kids, they're not letting me see the kids. Obviously, that's not something that anybody wants to hear. But I'm on the outside. We don't know what's going on in their inside lifestyle. But I think my biggest issue, it's just too public. It's just too nasty. That's the mother of your children. That's the father of your children. I think there should be a little bit more respect there between those two. But that's sort of my take on the situation.
I mean, I'll jump in if nobody else has anything else. I mean, I don't know everything that's going on with like the whole Kanye and Kim thing. I do know a little bit. I know enough that Black Twitter was crazy this week, and I know he like made like a rant, praying and whatnot. But I don't know, man. I do agree with you, Jimmy, when you say that like the kids are gonna get hurt the most because usually they are. Part of me thinks that this is just to make records or just to make money, because was it what do you call it? Beyonce? Beyonce did Lemonade, and she she made something like 20 million off of Jay-Z's cheating or alleged cheating or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of these celebrities, they use whatever's happening in their lives to make money. So now, if that's at the behest or at the behest or the hurt of his children, that's on him. But I know why so many. I have a feeling why so many people resonate with him because the things that he does say about fathers not having like a fair shake or not having like or having a harder time seeing their kids. That's actually a real thing, and I guess that's why most people are resonating. Most men or families are resonating with it right now because it is a bit of a crapshoot, especially like with the laws set up. It's tough. But at the end of the day, I don't feel too bad because Kanye has $1.8 billion. My heart mostly goes out to the guy that's making 35K and can't see his kids, and he's a good dude. And he picked the wrong person because I gotta say, man, like if you're complaining about the woman, you did a bad job picking her. Just saying, And if you didn't want to be in this position, you shouldn't have had kids. That's my take.
I kind of disagree with you on that one.
Oh, how so? Talk to me.
Because when they first got together, everything was all good and gravy. Everything was rocking perfectly just fine with those two. All of a sudden, now that they're getting a divorce, actually she's getting divorced because he said he's still married and he's not signing no papers. So, but all of a sudden now there's an issue. Now she got her boyfriend on his face. The most of the issues is how they co-parenting. I don't know what they're doing. I can't explain it, but those two are just. I see a long-lasting effect on these kids. Where they going? They're fucking up these kids up mentally. They're doing everything wrong, but you don't. That's not how you raise kids. That's not.
But what's your disagreement?
Kim is wrong. Kanye is actually trying. Kim is wrong. I disagree with the fact that everyone's trying to blame it on Kanye. Because if you look in the media, Kanye is the villain. Kanye did everything. Kanye is the problem. It's never Kim. No one's blaming Kim or anything. Everyone's putting every blame on Kanye. And I find that very disturbing. And I disagree on how the media is going about it. The media is the one controlling the narrative and having people think he's crazy, something's wrong with him. And Jimmy said earlier, about how Kanye is busy going about it, how Kanye is doing something. Kids, Kanye's not the one doing nothing. It's Kim's the issue. Kanye just have certain rules he wants, and she's not agreeing with him. She wants to do what she wants to do, and that's what the whole problem started at.
I like how B is always on the move. Like he's like that reporter
He's in the field,
that's
bro.
just out there. Like it's
He's
just
in the
like, yo,
field.
B, how's the weather?
He's in the field, bro. Action news.
Oh, go ahead, Tatiana. I'm sorry.
So I don't, because we're just the outside looking in. We don't really know what really goes on. I feel like, and like, I don't even know like all the details. I just know that they post shit and whatever. I feel like they both, they knew what they were getting themselves into, you know? I've never been married, but I'm assuming like if you marry that person, it's because you already know what you're going to deal with and you're okay to deal with that. They decided, well, she decided she wants a divorce. I think, you know, from there on out, they should just do what's best for the kids. Yeah. And he could go have relationships. She could go have relationships. But I feel like they just have to keep it together for the kids. Like in public, privately, just because they're the ones that are going to be affected the most.
There's always that I saw something somewhere. I forgot where it was. It's not necessarily a quote, but it's just about being in a relationship in general. When a man and woman is together, right? Like no one on the outside world should ever see your troubles, should never see your issues. Like you should be a united force. Like when people see you out there, it's not to say that, you know, everyone argues. I argue with my wife all the time. Everyone argues it, but like when you outside, there's a certain thing that it's a certain, I mean, they should always be respect, but there's that thing where you don't let anybody see what's going on. Like if I was in the street walking with my wife and she did something to irritate me, I'm not gonna curse her out in wide public. And you get what I'm saying? Because I'm like, wait until I get home. Wait until I get home though. Or wait until we get into that car. Even when you in the car, if it's just words, is great. But if there's like body movement and all of that, especially when it's not even that situation, people can perceive things a different way. And now you're inviting everybody to speak on your relationship to, you know, based on what they've seen. They're making all of these assumptions. So there's something there. I think that's like very important, where it's like, if it's not something that's a calm conversation that you can have with the person, like save that for private. And B, what I was saying about Kanye, it's not that I was saying Kanye is wrong about this entire thing. It's just at the very beginning of it, he was like airing out her dirty laundry. I just feel like I get it. You're upset. Like it's the equivalent of, let's say you dating someone, right, B? And y'all break up and she goes to social media on her page and goes, well, I don't fuck with B anymore. His dick is small. Like, you know, like he, she, I'm just saying, she said, I didn't say I said, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, if you go back to the beginning, like Kanye was dropping some sensitive information. At first, he wasn't even, you know.
Wait, what was he saying? What was he saying? Because I'm not really caught up like that.
Like basically, like, hold on, let me, because we spoke about this. I want to get the exact, but let's just say it's just something very sensitive. And at first, and here's the thing, right? Kanye was beefing with that whole family. You know, he was beefing with the nannies. He's beefing with the moms. He was beefing with the sisters, the cousins, whoever, right? Mind you, him and Kim were still sort of cool in a sense. I just felt like the minute he started attacking Kim and airing out their personal business in a sense, like because from Kanye, what I'm hearing from him, and I respect him for this, is like, yo, I don't want a divorce. Like, I want my wife back. He wants his marriage back. It's not like he's, at least at the beginning. So
No,
I'm
he still
like,
wants to
if
way back.
that's,
He still wants to way back.
but
Because he
I'm
still
like,
keeps
if
saying he wants
that's
to way
what you
back.
want, but I'm like, if that's what you want, you don't air out your wife's personal shit. Because even if she wanted to give you a chance, like I said earlier, even if she said, you know what, I think if he would have kept it with the mom, the sisters, and everybody else, he could have came, you know, him and Kim probably still could have reconciled. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's not like the Kardashian sisters have boyfriends that everyone loves. Like, obviously, you know, but once you started to drag Kim through the mud on how she's a bad mother and think, you got to understand, women are highly sensitive to motherhood. The minute you question their motherhood, you say they're bad mothers because of this, that, you, from that point on, they black out. If I go upstairs right now and tell my wife, like, yo, you're a terrible mother, there's nothing worse that I can say to her. And especially if I'm doing that publicly, there's no coming back from that. I forgot what it was specifically, but it was basically going towards that, like being a bad mother, you know, not setting the right example for the kids, with him not being in the house and things like that. So I'm like, once you do something like that,
No, but bro,
you
think
understand what I'm
about it.
saying?
What kind of? I get what you're saying, but think about it though.
I'm not saying
What kind
she's
of?
innocent. I'm just saying you can't say
So
you
what kind of
want your
example
wife
are you?
back and then you do that.
But bro, what kind of example are you saying? You have Pete Davidson, scrawny. Remember, Pete Davis is a former cocaine head, crackhead. This nigga, excuse my language. This man went to rehab for his drug addiction, and that's the man you choose to be your boyfriend around your kids. Come on, bro. No.
I don't think he should be around the kids.
Well, that's the one she has around the kids.
Yeah.
She has this man around the kids. Like, he's taking pictures.
You see, but this is where I push back. 'Cause I do agree with Jimmy when he says like you can't like just be putting all your business out there, right? In a well functioning relationship,
What you
right?
see?
Whether it be marriage or whatever. You're right. You shouldn't be voicing negatively. And if he did say something, I don't know what he said because again I don't know. So I can only speak on what I do know. If he said like some greasy stuff personally about her, that's messed up. I don't stand by that, right? But I do also understand that, like, people get hot and, and they say things that they shouldn't say on social media. It happens all the time. The difference is Kanye's got money. And with the things him and Kim Kardashian say, and Kim Kardashian, say what you will, but she spent her life, what it called, she's garnered all her wealth putting her life on TV, on fake reality. I mean, it's not real, but on reality TV, so to speak. And when it comes to like, a guy being a former like whatever, being addicted to drug, if he went to rehab, I don't know. The guy could have changed his life. I don't know. Again, whether or not he belongs around the kids. She says, what do you call it? She's the mother of those kids. If she thinks this guy is safe enough, then she should be safe. If she's moving on with her life, she's no longer married to him or they're separated. She should be able to do whatever she wants. I don't know. But one thing I do know is celebrities make money off of this stuff. So we could be arguing, going around saying this is right and this is not right. She's wrong. He's right. He's wrong. She's right. Blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, they could all be doing this just to make another 20 mil on top of the 250 mil that they made last year. So that's my issue with it. And that's part of the reason why I kind of don't follow all the celebrity nonsense as much as I do.
No, yeah, agreed. I think when I saw this, it was more about, because we see this, right? And like you said, it could be a celebrity stunt. Celebrities do this all the time. I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot of reaching if it is, but celebrities do it. But it does relate to normal people like us, right? Like, when we were in relationships, like everyone in here had a bad breakup. Am I? I know I have.
Yes.
So when I see the actions of what they're doing, I understand them. I feel for Kanye. And if this has, and I'm not going to say, and I don't want to make it seem like Kim is completely innocent in all of this, right? Which it comes to co-parenting the right way, right? I think there just has to be a certain level of respect. And I think this goes for everybody, right? Let's move away from King Kanye for a second. If I'm with someone, whether married or not, but we have kids, the co-parenting aspect, one of the things I guess that comes with the co-parenting is obviously you're going to move on at some point, right? And I feel
Yes.
like as mom and dad, you have to be able to have that mature conversation to set boundaries. There has to be some sort of boundaries where it's like, hey, listen, obviously I'm going to move on and date other people. You're going to do the same thing, right? But I think what should happen at the beginning, I could be wrong, but this is my personal opinion, is all of that is kept away from the kids, right? It's fine if the kids understand that mommy and dad don't live together anymore, whatever, but the kids shouldn't see me, like my kids aren't going to see me running around with a bunch of different women. Like when they come to my house and they come in to see their dad, I have like another woman every other week in and out of the house. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm with them, they only see me. And I think that's very important. I think the one thing I will say, again, we're on the outside looking in. We don't know how long Pete has been in the picture. He could have been there before any of this even happened anyway. Well, became public, but I think is I just think on her part, if I was going to do anything, I just think it's too soon. One, if she does have him around the kids, again, I don't follow celebrity nonsense anyway. I just look at it, comparing to real people. But if she does have that man around the kids, I feel like that's a little bit disrespectful to Kanye West. I think that's far too soon. I think that especially if he has this history, I think Kanye was posting something where they were saying Pete was making jokes about having sex with kids or whatever in like one of his comedy stands. So he posted that on his page. Kanye is very vocal. Kanye holds no punches, and you know what? It's for his kids and everything. So I'm not going to go against him there, but he just feels like that's not the appropriate person he would want around his children. Rightfully so. B mentioned, his drug addiction and all of these things in the past. And for me, I'm thinking me as a dad, I kind of wouldn't want someone like that around. Like having sex with kids isn't a joke. Like I get it. He's a comedian and I understand that. And some jokes are, but that's just something that's like weird to even joke about. And then you had a drug issue. I'm not saying that people that have drug issues can't rehabilitate. I'm not saying they're like monsters or whatever, but I understand his concern there. I think my issue is really that it's too soon. Like get divorced to the man, co-parent properly, set boundaries. But like, I just think it's too soon for her to just have another dude around. Kanye does have a chick too, but
it's been like a year. She's been trying to get this done. Like, or when I heard, it was like a year. So like, how long? My question is, how long do you have to wait before you start moving on with your life?
But how will you move on? No, hold on. 1 second. Let me answer you for a second. But how do you move on with your life if y'all still living together?
I'm sorry. Say again.
How do you move on with your life if Kanye sleeps in the same house as Kim, sleeps in the same house as Kanye? Because of the kids to feel more comfortable, both parents in the house. Because Kanye bought the house next door for him to sleep there. And Kim sleeps in the house next door when the kids are over there.
Wait, are they sleeping in the same house or are they sleeping in neighboring houses?
Same house. The kids, both parents were in the same house. So he bought a house right next door to Kim. So therefore the kids can sleep over at the house.
So they're not sleeping in the same house.
No, Kim sleeps there too. When the kids stay at Kanye's, Kim and Kanye sleep under the same roof. Kanye drops the kids off to school.
That's kind of pretty cool, though. I kind of like that.
Kanye drops the kids off to school.
I mean, it's co-parenting.
No, listen, I think that's really good co-parenting. I mean, when you have that money, there's nothing wrong with that.
The only time Kanye started acting a fool is when he asks Kim not to have his daughter on social media. They have a new Kardashian show. The new Kardashian show coming on a network.
Yeah, that's how
Kanye asked his kids not to be on it. He asked his kids not to be on it. He's seen a preview. He's seen his kids on it. He threw a fit.
I don't think you should throw a fit for that.
What's up, Tatiana?
He doesn't want her to be on TikTok. He doesn't.
And the TV show.
Yeah, the TikTok.
Not specifically the new show.
It's not the show. It's just the TikTok. Yeah, I feel like I saw a post about the TikTok thing. I mean, again, I don't know everything.
Which I agree with.
On his last rant, he warned about the show too. He said something about the show. I don't want her on TV. I don't want her on TikTok. I want my daughter off social media, off from the public eye. I want my kids hitting from the public view. So that's what he said. His last rant. Then she went under the post and said, "How are you doing all this when you just over here this morning? You just dropped the kids off."
Tatiana, you was gonna say something. I'm about to address that, but
I've keep going. It'll come back to me.
all right. So like I said, just us looking on the outside, looking in. To answer Q's question, Q did say, how long is too long? I put it this way, right? We're going to move on eventually. We're going to date other people. What I say is, if you're going to bring someone around my daughters, right? Because I have 2 daughters. So me and my wife separate. If you're going to bring another man around my children, right? I ask that it be a serious relationship. I ask that it be a role model. Someone, you understand what I'm saying? It's not so much about this a time limit. I don't think anyone moves on that fast anyway, because they've been married for years. They have 4 kids. It's not like you just, oh, all right, cool, and you have a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend next week. That seems like you already had that in the works, in my opinion. But if you are gonna have another man around my children, I just ask that be this is someone that you're seriously looking to be with. This is someone that is a good role model, that isn't, doing questionable things for me so at least I can get some sleep. You understand? Like, if I knew this person was no jab to Nikki, but like, I'm just saying, let's say me and Nikki had that kid and that's the guy she ended up dating after the fact, I would probably have an issue with that. So I'm not gonna again, bash Kanye for his feelings towards it. The only thing, like I said, I had against Kanye was it's just too much personal stuff out there. Let me give you another example of something too with Kanye. And this is not just with Kanye, this is just with people in general. I hate when people air out their personal business on social media, period. It's okay to maybe share something or joke about something, but it's like when you're being so direct that people kind of know who you're talking about, what you're talking about. To me, it's a little, I don't know, it's a little nasty, especially when a lot of your friends and family members are friends with that other person. It's like awkward. It's like, okay, you finish fighting in your private life, but now you're on social media throwing little secret jabs. And it's sort of like, who else are you talking about? So that's why with Kanye, I wasn't really feeling that. I just wish Kanye kind of stayed away from it. But B, to kind of get back to you on this right here, right? Kanye can't really make that request. I'm sorry. I understand wanting to keep your kids out of the limelight. I understand wanting to do, but you're fucking Kanye West and she is Kim Kardashian. That goes out of the window immediately. There's no way that your kid can live in a private life. Like when you take her to basketball games, the cameras is on you 24/7. You can't make up. And the other reason why I feel, and this is open to debate, that he cannot make this request is who you married. Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian literally has been on TV for decades, on reality TV. That is who she is. That is the core DNA that's helped build her empire. So
No, I understand that part.
And you see her sister's kids, her mom, the whole family is there. So the fact that you thought that your kids were going to be excluded from that, you can't say don't put my child on the. You got to know it comes with marrying Kim Kardashian. And before you even go, I say this too. I always thought when Kanye, and this is no slight against Kim, I don't have beef with Kim, but when they first got together, I was like, Kanye could have, I'm not gonna say anybody. I hate when people say you can have anybody, but Kanye has a lot of options, and I just felt like Kim just wasn't the best one, just based off of Kim's history, the way that she is in relationships. Shout out to my boy Chris Humphreys from the New Jersey Nuts back in the day. She married this guy for 72 hours. In my opinion, and she wouldn't even take his last name, So for me, I was just like, Kanye, why are you even trying to date Kim Kardashian? I understand she's big, and I just felt like maybe it was like that Jay-Z Beyonce thing that he wanted to emulate like that power couple thing. But I'm like, dude, there could have been there was other options if you really wanted to do a power couple. I always felt like him and Kim just didn't mix. I just didn't see it. I was just like, dude, she's gonna break your heart because she broke everyone else's heart. And I just feel like Kim, obviously, she did well by Kanye West because that is Kanye West. And she does have his last name because that is Kanye West. I just felt like he was just too big of a celebrity and she had to give in. But if it was anyone smaller than her, as you've seen, Reggie Bush or any one of those guys, you know, she basically kicked them to the curb. So I never liked the couple, but they did prove me wrong because they stayed together. They got married. They had kids. But now I see all of this now, and I'm like, kind of expected it.
You got a point on that one, but the thing is that she doesn't know how to keep a man. That's one. Two,
Yo, D. Yeah.
it's the truth though. You just get the track record, did you not? We could start the track record. We could start from
No, you said she don't know how to keep a man, but most of these men wanted to stay with her though.
Okay, just because you want to stay, it's because they want to stay with you, and she doesn't know how to keep them. She knows how to hit it and quit it. That's the issue. That's the issue with her. But she ended up falling for Kanye. In the falling for him, but his issue, the whole situation is Kanye didn't cause the whole. No problem with her and Kanye is when she started saying Kanye had mental issues. At first, she was saying she was defending Kanye. Then she started saying with the media was saying Kanye has mental issues, and then Kanye found that offensive. That's how the whole issue started.
Can I say something? Can I jump in? Oh, unless Tatiana wants to say something. I don't want to like. She's been quiet for a while.
So, who Kim commented on Kanye's mental health?
Yeah, at first she was saying, "Oh, stop defaming my husband." But she was defending him. She was defending him.
Well,
but all of a sudden, then she started changing the narrative. Then she started saying, "Yeah, he does have mental issues." That's when the marriage went left from right there. When that happened, then the whole marriage went out the window. Kanye just started getting upset with her, and that's how the marriage ended up being the way it is right now.
So, like, I do give her props because throughout their marriage, he said controversial things, and she always had his back. That's one thing that I have to give to her. She never badmouthed him until now. Whatever, they're going through it, but I want to point out that when Kanye was posting all this, like the stuff back in like the summer and whatever, and he got angry about North being on TikTok, that was when Kim started responding. Like that's when she chose to respond. He never said that she was a bad mother. It was mostly he just doesn't want North on TikTok, on like TikTok videos and with makeup, which I understand. She's 8 years old, and I think you have to be 13 to be on TikTok. So legally, yeah, like she shouldn't be on it, but it's a Kardashian. He knew what he was getting himself into, but I don't know. It's just.
I think his issue with TikTok is they're using his child's likeness to create something from TikTok, and he doesn't want that. Remember, Kanye West is a close friend of a former president, and the former president doesn't like TikTok, so he doesn't like TikTok as well. They follow the same demographics, the same circle, and for some reason Kanye thinks that they're gonna use his child's likeness, and he doesn't want it. If she can just respect his wishes, things would be so much better. If she just respect his wishes and just have a simple, easy way. All you gotta do, he said, you don't want to get on TikTok? Don't put on TikTok. Don't want women to makeup? Don't put makeup on her. She's 8 years old. Why does she need makeup for? Why does she need to be a TikTok?
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. Like, I don't think anybody should be on TikTok. I think TikTok is a legit brain eraser, But again, she's a Kardashian. This is how they make their money. This is how they built their empire. All right. Whether you want to believe it or not, I believe the strongest. I'm sorry. What did you say? Yes, bro. You
be your service. Listen, we apologize, everyone. B uses the Wi-Fi at McDonald's, and McDonald's just closed 10 minutes ago. So if you notice, the
Quick,
service is a
Yeah,
little.
cricket
Wi-Fi's
over,
awful.
baby.
Yeah, I was looking at.
But, but what I was saying is, but the second point I was making, um, this is their life. They're gonna be on social media or whatever. That's part of being part of that family, right? I don't think Kanye, like, again, they don't live the same lives that we live. All right, so you can't ask the same things, nor expect them to move in the same ways. Now, Jimmy, you said earlier that you don't think that like he ever should have gotten with Kanye should never have gotten with Kim. I disagree. I don't think Kanye would be the man that he is right now with the amount of money that he is right now if it wasn't for Kim. There's 53 million reasons why that is. Because she literally gave him 53 million to take him out of the hole. And mind you, with that, he married her because that's I guess that was part of their contract, so to speak. And now he is a billionaire, you know? So I got to push back on that with you, Jimmy, because he'd be nowhere near nowhere near where he what do you call it, his net worth and having his success if it wasn't for her. This is a family that makes millionaires. Everybody in their family, even the, what do you call it, Rob Kardashian, who doesn't really do nothing. Their family is mainly what do you call it, built on making money. And if you what do you call it, if you align yourself with that, either you lose yourself or you become a millionaire. So it's either or.
Facts.
So let me elaborate on that. I see what you're saying. I guess what I really meant to say is that was just that wasn't based off of love. That was just pure business, which is why in my opinion, like I said, I just feel like he tried to emulate the Jay-Z Beyonce thing. And I get it. Yes, the money aspect of it all, but still. And I think this goes into choosing the right person. When you're dating somebody, it depends on what stage you're in. Excuse me, but if you're at a point in your life where you're dating to spend the rest of your life with somebody, or you're looking for that person. All right, I'm done bouncing around people every year. I have someone new. I need someone for the long haul. I think you should be looking at everything. Like for me, I guess when I was younger and I got to that stage, right? One of my things was it wasn't so much about looks, body. It started, what can you bring to the table other than that, right? One of the things that was very important to me, at least, was will you be a good mother? Like I think a lot of and the same thing goes for women. Will he be a good father? I think we get so caught up, and I'm only speaking to when you're in that phase, when like, what, damn, I'm gonna be with this person forever. Like once you start thinking like that, or once that's what you're looking for, I think that's something that a lot of people overlook. Again, with this situation where Kanye is requesting that his daughter not be on no TV show, you married Kim Kardashian. What did you think was going to happen? You get what I'm saying? Like if this is something that you didn't want from the beginning of time, that should have been a conversation with Kim. Like, hey, we about to get married. I see we want to have kids, but hey, before we do this, before we have kids, like, hey, I just request that they not be on your show. And that has to be a conversation beforehand, not when you're 4 kids deep. And it's
But
like, now if Kanye was still with Kim Kardashian, if there was none of this drama, would it really be an issue? Because Kanye West has been on the show.
no, but look, this is how I see it. This is why, because he also mentioned one thing. How come Travis Scott kids are not on the TV shows? How come none of Travis Scott kids? None of Travis
Because
Scott kids.
maybe
None of
Travis Scott had a conversation with Kylie, and maybe they have an understanding for that. But if you
but
don't have that conversation,
the way he's saying is like he had the conversation with her. He talked to her about it. She said okay, and then she went behind his back and still did it anyways. You remember? There's
but
a
when
point.
did they have that conversation? Was that
I'm
before
not sure
kids?
because I'm not sure because he did say, "Oh, we had that conversation already." And I told you I gave you my request. I would not like my kids to be on TikTok and my daughter not to be with makeup on, and you went behind my back and still did it anyways.
But weren't
So
his kids on the show prior to
no,
any of this?
none of the
Like
kids
any of
were on
this
the show
drama?
prior. None of the kids.
I don't watch the
None of the kids.
show. I cannot. I
I don't
can't
watch the show
even.
either, but
I'm pretty sure the kids have been on the show, and Kanye has been on the show,
no, I
and
know Kanye's on the show.
before, like the kids were on the show, he had stated how he didn't want to be a part of it, and then he's in the show. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like he gave in to Kim a lot of times, you know, especially like when it comes to the whole show. But I don't know. It's
I remember when they got married. Didn't Jay-Z and Beyonce say, "Hey, we ain't coming if there's all these. We not gonna be on no show."
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but again, that's Jay Z and Beyonce. Jay Z and
Wait,
Beyonce,
they
like,
really didn't go though, right? They really didn't go.
they
I just
they
want
didn't.
to
didn't
confirm.
go.
no,
And
but
Jay
Remember,
and
Kanye
brothers.
didn't want the cameras at his wedding. He said he didn't want them. Kim wanted them.
But what? But
The
this
marriage
okay.
was almost called off because of that particular argument.
Okay,
because of
first
that.
red flag. The first red flag, right? How many celebrities have we seen that's had private weddings? Like you just know they're married. You're not there. You didn't see it. You don't know what people were wearing. If I'm Kanye, right? And I'm hoping this is what he did. And Jay-Z is like, listen, of course I'll come to your wedding. We're brothers, but listen, like I don't want no cameras on me. Like I'm not gonna be on her show. Like this is a private thing. Let's keep plus like unless you cutting Jay-Z and Beyonce a check, they definitely not going on that show. And you probably got to cut them a ridiculous check to even be featured on that. So the fact that if what you're saying is true, that Kim was like Kanye didn't want the cameras, but Kim was like, nah, they're gonna be there. That should have been the first red flag, period, for me at least. Like, yo, come on, your TV show could live without showing our wedding because I want my family to attend. They want it to be a private man. I felt like that's something that she should have been willing to give up if that's the case. You get what I'm saying? But what was more important to her? The ratings of the show.
Yep.
She just wants to
So
be famous. There's so many clips of her when like she was younger. That's all she,
mhm.
like she got what she wanted. She accomplished her dream.
Oh, I respect it. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's a red flag for
Yeah,
me.
but I feel like I don't know when love. I don't know if it was love or lust, but you
He
just
he saw
somebody wasn't
himself a
thinking
Beyonce.
right. Yeah.
no, man, it's not. It's neither of that. And this is going to go back to. It's not. It wasn't love. Maybe it was. Who knows? Maybe it grew
Or maybe it was just
to.
a business arrangement.
No, no, but and this is to go. This is to go back to what Jimmy said. Like, oh, like if it was, and like Jimmy said earlier that what do you call it? You said mentioned something about marriage being about love. Marriage has always been about business. Always has been. Even to this day, there's still arranged marriages. All marriage is always about business. And if you grew in love, if you fell in love with the person that you're with, all the more better, right? All the more better. Still is a business today because guess what? If you marry somebody, you enter a legal contract, meaning whoever's making the more money at the end of at the dissolution of the marriage loses it. Usually the guy, because men tend to work more and have more money than their female than their wives, whatever. But now it's changing, obviously, with more women making money. God bless, thank God. Shout out to all the ladies doing their thing, getting the bag. But my thing is like Kanye knew what he was getting himself into. He got 53 million reasons why he had to be in that relationship, and he signed the contract. Now he's worth billions. It's a business. Unfortunately, he's a private guy who doesn't like paparazzi, who doesn't like his business all over. He's more in the lines of where Jay Z and Beyonce are, whereas Kim, her whole existence is reality TV, is capitalizing and making money off of ratings and getting sponsorships and doing all of these things. Marriage is always about a business. It is a business because if it wasn't, if it wasn't, why is it that when it comes down to divorce, everything gets split up and gets what do you call it? It takes years sometimes just to divide assets and what do you call it? What do you call it? Allocate money to this person, allocate money to that person. It's business, and the sooner we start really looking at it and what do you call it along those lines, the easier it is for people. What do you call it? The easier it is for the whole family to make the proper moves or figure things out. But right now we have everybody thinking that it's all about love, right? Sure, if it was all about love, nobody would actually have to go to the government to get a piece of paper to say that they're married. But it's not. Everybody knows it's about business. And if you don't, you're foolish, and you deserve everything you get.
Yeah, because it's kind of true to that, because it's like I think if you truly do love the person, when it comes to divorce, that should be a simple, maybe 1 day process. Like where you kind of like, listen, all right, cool, you take the house, I'll take this house, I take this car, you take that car. I think when it's like one person is trying to like just leave the other person for dead, homeless, that's where you could kind of tell where it's like, God damn, like, and unfortunately, but I want to you said 53 million reasons, right? I'm very this is, again, I don't follow any type of celebrity, anything, but you're saying there was a contract for 53 million dollars. Talk to me about that, because I'm a little lost on that.
So before they got married, Kanye was in the hole, right? And he was, remember when he was like, "Oh, he wants Zuckerberg to give him 50 mil." You know who gave him that 50 mil that he was trying to get from Zuckerberg and what's his name, Bill Gates? Kim. And then they got married after that. It was part of the contract. She gave him money. She gave him money. She gave him the money, and guess what?
50
Now
million
he's
to do what?
53 million because he was in debt. He had no money. He was broke. He was
Oh,
broke.
nah.
And then he flipped it, and
Yeah,
now
and
she's
yeah.
taking Yeezy, so they're both good.
But again, he could
Wait.
not flip it with Tatiana. He could not flip it without her.
No,
So,
that's from wherever he was gonna get it from. I feel like he would have flipped it, but since she was the one that did that for him, he had to
but
pay her.
but the thing is, you have to get it. You
Yeah,
have to get it in the first place. If you can't get it from anywhere else, and your girl is saying, "Yes, I'm gonna get it," that's why again, all of a sudden, he's on the show. He's doing this. He's doing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he made the money. Again, business wise, it's the smartest thing you can do. Now he's a billionaire for it. So again, you can't get upset when like years
Mm-hmm.
later she wants to put her daughter what do you call it into TikTok, into
Oh,
these things, and put her on behind the camera. This is who you marry. This is life you join. Now again, I'm not taking sides because these people don't live. We don't even live. We can't even live in the world that these people. We can't even fathom the problems that they have. I think it'd be a nightmare if every time I went outside, they had 53 million people like taking my picture. I don't think I could do that. I'm a beautiful guy, but that's not the life for me. But that's the life he chose. And I think looking at it from a business standpoint, I mean, he's one of the dudes that guy that what do you call it, that married up. Most of the time it's the guy that's getting fleeced, that's losing half of his stuff and losing his life. You know what? I can't be too upset with Kim Kardashian. I think Kanye made out. He was a lucky guy. He was able to get himself out of the hole, but he flipped it because again, he's a very smart guy. He is a genius, and what do you call it? He's an artist, he's an artist to the bone. You know, his other everything else, his personal life, may
Oh
not be
man,
the best.
I look at this completely different now. So to be me just hearing that one first, it's like, okay, you signed on a dotted line for the 53 million reasons, right? So I already said you knew who you was marrying, so there was no reason for you to
Yes.
complain. You can't complain about what's going on now, but with this on, bro, come on.
Nobody was going to give him the money. Like honestly, you can say, "Oh, he was going to get it the way he was going to get." Bullshit. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Yeah.
And even if he did, it would have taken him a lot longer. He would have had to come up with 1 billion albums before he got there, if he could even get there. Even if he could
Mm.
even get there. But again, he had a shorty who was down for him. You know what I'm saying? Most women would not do that. Would not give 53
Mm-hmm.
million to their
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend or
Mm-hmm.
that. So like, let's just keep it 100. Okay, most women be like, no, you're supposed to do that, but she was down for him. So that's why again, I can't hate on her too much. What do you call it? Would she be the wife for me? No, I'm a little more private in that aspect. Again, but if you tell me, I'm like, okay, I'm down 53 million. I'm trying to start up my clothing line. I have this vision that it's going to be big, and guess what? What do you call it? His vision was true. It's worth it. Everybody's buying these Yeezys for $1,000 nowadays, from what I'm seeing online. Hey, God bless them.
Yeah,
God bless them. $2,000. I'm sorry. So
that
again, I
investment.
can't be too mad. That's the life that you chose, like you said, Jim. I mean,
Hold on,
Prada.
hold on. Q,
I
who
didn't
paying
even
two
know
thousand
that.
dollars for a pair of sneakers?
Say again.
Who paying $2,000 for a pair of sneakers? I want to know this
Listen,
person.
I've seen the ones what do you call it, the limited joint Yeezys that come out and at a certain limited supply where people would buy them and then resell them immediately that day for $2K. So that's there's people out there. There's some people out
Not
there with
far fetched. Not far fetched. I seen a pair of sneakers for $9,000. I think of the
What pair of
Dior
sneakers you seen?
and Nike. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
those? The Dior sneakers?
Yeah. So if those are 9,000, I'm pretty sure Yeezy could get off for 2,000 somewhere.
again.
Um.
This is not a life. This is not a life that none of us are accustomed to.
Yeah.
That's why you're like
Yeah.
2,000 for a pair of kicks. Yeah, you're right. I would never. I would never. I
Mhm.
think even if I had that money, something in me, I guess the poor person that
Yeah.
the kid that used to sleep on the floor in me, like I'd be like, yo, I can't do that. And don't get me wrong, I like a lot of nice things. I'm smoking a very nice cigar right now. The Repeat, fantastic cigar, aged 5 years. This thing is $32 at my local smoke shop. My buddy Amo gave it to me. He was on last week. You know what I'm saying? This whiskey that I'm drinking, that's a what do you call it? That's a $75 bottle of whiskey, which was given to me as a gift. I didn't buy it. I like nice things. I'm not gonna spend that 2,000 on kicks. F that.
No, yeah, I guess everyone has their sort of vices on what they're willing to spend money on, right? Like I could never justify a $250,000 Hermes bag, but maybe I could justify a Lamborghini. It depends on what it depends on what you're into and what you're willing to do. But I think I grew up too broke to justify a lot of things, like, and
Me
that's
too.
that. Yeah.
I wouldn't appreciate that. I would no.
You wouldn't appreciate a Hermes bag?
No.
No.
Tatiana.
No, understand what you're with
Yo,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
Understand what you're with
Tatiana.
that though. Where you gonna go with $2,000
Come on.
bag where you gonna
Where
go with
you-
the $2,000 bag? You can't go to work with that.
Exactly.
A
Especially
$200,000 handbag on your,
Biggest
I'm be
thing-
like, you have
that's the whole,
$0.
I don't know. I didn't come up like that. I don't know anything about that. I would just no.
I'm
That's
just saying,
not
if you were in a relationship with a dude, a nice dude, and he did well for himself, and he said, "Here's a $250,000 Hermes bag," you wouldn't accept it, Tatiana? You wouldn't accept it?
no, that's a lot.
I'd sell
Well, you
that
take
shit.
that what you have, and
Exactly.
that's it.
I would not keep it. I would not, like, if he's insistent on giving it to me, like,
Yeah.
then fine. I'm not keeping
There
it.
you
I'm
go.
selling it.
I'm just saying, if he's insistent, I'm just
But
saying.
I don't know. I just feel like that's just like things like that are just so over the top. Like, why don't we build something together?
Exactly.
Don't.
That's the mindset. That's a good mindset right there. Let's
That's the
build a
dream.
house. Let's do something. Let's start a business.
That's ridiculous. I don't know.
I'm not. First of all, a man that's willing to buy a $2,000 bag is a man with too much money for his own damn needs.
I
Willing to
mean,
buy a $2,000 bag.
listen, if you are Jeff Bezos and that money is unlimited, which it
It's not money.
basically is,
That ain't nothing. Yeah.
for someone like that,
No. Jimmy, no.
I don't
Jimmy,
know.
no.
Yes, I'm with you, and I understand you completely because I'm the average civilian walking around these streets.
Mm-hmm.
But someone like a Jeff Bezos that like literally just has shit just to have shit. He literally owns the biggest corporation on the planet by a long shot. There's no like if he goes, let me go to Hermes and spend 250,000 on a bag. It's not going to even.
But
It
you
probably
have to
won't
remember.
even change the numbers in his bank account. It may not even like when we spend some shit and you look at your account and you go from
damn, where that money go?
you go from four, you go to like 4 digits going across to like 3 digits, or if you have 5, you go to 4. Like when you make a significant purchase, like that's someone that it doesn't even shift. Like you might just see a few numbers change, but someone like that, obviously, to them, if I'm dating a Oprah, and Oprah goes and gets me,
if I'm dating Oprah, first time I'm getting a Bentley. First of all, let's get it.
But you see, that sounds crazy because now you
How is
saying
that
a
crazy?
woman, shouldn't accept that. you already here, ready to give it up for the
Oprah.
Bentley.
B, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, bro.
No,
It's the
it's
same
not.
thing.
I'm gonna shake you for some change. I'm gonna shake you for some change. She's Oprah. I'm gonna shake you for the use of change now. Come on.
I,
Yo, B be like Dave Chappelle in that skit where he married Oprah
Yep. That's gonna be me too.
when he's holding the
Fanatic.
dollar bill.
That's gonna be me exactly.
but you know what though? I still won't forgive Oprah for not marrying Stedman.
Whatever.
They're
That
still together though, but
Nah.
they have an agreement somehow. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're still
there's
together.
something, but you come on now. If I want to be your husband, like I understand you protecting the bread. I mean, unless he didn't want to sign the prenup. If he didn't want to sign the prenup, that's different though, because he sound like he out there for the money.
I don't think it's about the bread because before she was even a billionaire, she was with Stedman. They've been together
Yeah,
for a
but
long,
she was
long
still
time.
but she wasn't a billionaire, but she wasn't average either. She was still
Bro.
making a high salary. So I don't know. I just felt like that's weird. Like
they were together when she first started, before she became Oprah. When she was wherever she was, they were together, bro.
and they still didn't get married all this time.
Yeah, listen, Oprah is
I don't think they
doing.
ever proposed. I don't think they ever proposed.
Oprah's
Did he even
protecting
propose
the
to her?
bag, man. Oprah's doing what every what they call every opulent man ever did, right? Sign an ironclad prenup or nothing. You know, like what did John Cena do, right? John Cena
Yeah.
told his girl Nikki Bella, you gotta sign just to move in, you gotta sign like a 76-page or 75-page contract, you know, like just to move in. Because guess what?
But didn't she leave him and go get married and have a baby with another man?
Yeah,
Man?
because she refused what do you call it? She refused to sign John Cena's prenup. You know, she said John Cena was like, okay, if you really love me, if it's all about me, sign this prenup. And that prenup, ironclad, son, ironclad. Because John Cena,
Who's his lawyer? Who's his lawyer?
it doesn't
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I want to be his lawyer. Can I be his lawyer?
Yo,
Who's
get
his
his
lawyer?
lawyer. Yo, his lawyer is the truth. But the thing is, she realized that she wasn't gonna get what she wanted, even though she said she loved him and all of this stuff. Oh, I love him so much, blah blah. It's not about the money. If it's not about the money, you'd sign it. That's all I'm saying. If it's not about the money, it's all about love.
Didn't she have her own money though?
Huh?
Did she have her own money?
Yeah, but she didn't have John Cena money.
Yeah.
She didn't have John Cena money. Don't get it twisted, my man. All right?
As he puts a cigar to his face. Don't get it twisted.
That's why I don't hate on Oprah. Oprah protected the back. She's a billionaire. She's like, oh, I'm gonna marry this guy for love. It's not about love, guys. Let me tell you right now. In everyday regular world, everybody might think that's about love. It's not. Marriage has always been a business. It's always been a contract. This family and this family comes together and we build a better family. You know, we pool our resources and we get a better family. That's why, like, to this day, arranged marriages are still, it's something like 75% of marriages, arranged marriages, they stay together. I think over 80, what do you call it? They said something like 6% of arranged marriages break up, and I think 12% of those people are separated. For the what do you call it? Majority of arranged marriages stay the same. I know somebody in my company who's making bread. I'm talking about 160 plus in my company right now. She had an arranged marriage, and mind you, she is a boss. You know what she said? When I asked her, I'm like, yo, how does arranged marriage, how does that work for you? It's like, it seems like it'd be a little archaic. It's a little like 1800s. You know what she told me? She was like, yo, being in an arranged marriage is the best thing. She's like, I didn't know much about my my husband, but my family knew his family. My dad knew his dad, and I get to choose. She at the end of the day, she gets to choose. She gets to say yes or no. She's like, yo, she has 4 kids now. I think going on 5. She's like, I got no complaints because again, they know what time it is. They know that marriage is a business first. Love only came in the last 100 years. Okay, all of the love novels.
Love is the icing on the cake.
Huh?
I said love is the icing on the cake.
Yeah, but what's marriage about? What's marriage always been about? Marriage has always been about 2 families coming together to build a bigger family, build a bigger legacy. That's why you gotta you gotta look at the person that you're what do you call it? You're going to marry, or you're thinking of marrying. See what their habits are. See if your what do you call it?
Compatible.
Your goals. I'm sorry, what you say, Tatiana?
Compatible.
Yeah, if you're compatible, what do you call it? Financially, if your morals and your mindset are in line, and then everything, and then if you get love later, then you get love. You know.
As he puts the cigar to his face. Say it is what it is every time.
It is. Hey, listen, it is what it is. It really is what it is.
Hmm.
You know, it's like we always try to ascribe love. That'd be great. Love is a beautiful thing, but this ain't Disney, baby. This ain't.
So
There's
what do
no.
you say?
I
What do
don't
you
agree with
say
that.
to oh Jesus.
I had a feeling you wouldn't agree with that. I'm sorry, Jimmy. For cutting
What
you
do
off.
you say? What do you say to the parents? Um, well, I'm not one of those people yet. I am married, but I haven't been married for decades. So, what do you say to those married couples that have been together for decades, but there is nothing like financially beneficial from their gathering? Like, sure, they made a life together, but like they genuinely have been through a ton of shit, but said, you know what? I love the person enough to get through it. Is that where love plays the factor? Where it's like, hey, you know what? We having issues, but you know what? I'm willing to deal with it or willing to work past it. Is that where the love factor comes in?
I believe so because guess what? In any
Mm,
good partnership, you will learn to love that person, right?
mm,
What do you call it? Like I've been in playing business partnerships where I'm like didn't necessarily like the person, but our goals and our things aligned. Our goals were aligned, so I knew and I trusted in their skills. They trusted in me to do my part of the part of the bargain. And what do you call it? We got to the end, and at the end, we became really good friends. You know, doesn't always happen, but when it does, usually it works out. You know, you just gotta know who you're dealing with. Be smart. You know, have wise counsel. Have to vet the person. You know, make sure you have people around you that won't be biased and will give you the truth. You know, if you have what do you call it? If your mom and dad is in the picture, make sure you vet. You ask them to vet. Make sure you ask them. You know, maybe is this the right person? If you have a smart friend, that's gonna what do you call it? That's gonna tell you the real. You know, you might want to have them play a part in it, you know, because guess what? What do you call it? The success of any good relationship really lies not just with the two people, but with the people that you have surrounding it, right? I don't
mm,
expect to what do you call it, my married friends to hang out with me because I'm a single guy, and vice versa. You know,
mm.
I mean, I'm not saying we can't, but I'm just saying like
I'll hang out
our
with you.
our values are not gonna end. Jimmy, you what do you call it? You're gonna be hanging out with the family, doing things on Sunday. I might be doing like what do you call it? A fun brunch with my single friends trying to get partying and drinking bottomless mimosas. Our values don't line. Doesn't mean we can't be friends. Doesn't mean I don't love you. It's just that
Yeah.
what do you call it? We're working in different things, and those never really match. They don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
No,
why
I think
married people can hang out with more married people.
but I feel like there could be hybrid. Like I feel like yes, I'm married, but I could still hang out with my homies that are still dogs. The reason I think
Hold up.
the
Nah,
reason why
Jimmy.
I could do it, I listen, man. It's listen. What it really comes
Nah,
down
Jimmy.
to is controlling what's in your damn pants and having willpower, right? Because
Jimmy.
Everybody is responsible for their actions.
yeah, like if I all right, here's the thing, right? Let's say I'm at your house right now, Q, right? And we kicking and we chilling. I'm married, I have kids, but like for some reason I'm at your house, we're kicking it, we're watching the game or something, and your female friends decide to come over with a few more of our friends, and then I notice like, okay, there's like 10 girls in here right now, 6 guys, these people over there making out, like the environment, it's up to me to be like, okay, you know what? The environment no longer suits. Maybe, hey Q, you know what? It was a pleasure. I'm gonna catch you
I'm
next
out.
week or whatever.
I'm
Or I can just sit there and watch the damn and finish the game. Like I don't need to be intertwined with all of that. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I feel like, yeah, I'm
That's
married
what we
and
do.
sure I should hang out with married people, but I also feel like you can do both. I think
I understand. I understand where you're coming from. But I'm just saying because it's an old Haitian saying. Show me the people you hanging out with, and I'll show you what kind of person you are. So if you try and tell me
yeah.
if you're hanging out with 10 dogs, person walks in the room, they don't know you, they don't see you. Remember, in the Haitian culture, they judge you, Jimmy. My culture, they judge you.
I'm not at the Haitian club though. I'm just saying, like, I don't really care about people's opinions. I'm just saying it's about having self-control. Like, I don't think like if I'm hanging out with Q and I don't know, I meet him at a bar or something like that, and he's flirting with 1,000 women, that's good for him. Now, if a woman approaches me, hey, I'm flattered, but I'm married. It's as simple as that. Now, if I notice Q is too like indulged and he's like trying to, he's about to go home or something, this is where, all right, Q, I'm gonna catch you next week. I'm not gonna be like, hey, grab one for me and I'm out, because then that's, I guess that's why people say you can't. But I think it's about self-control. If you don't have that self-control, then sure, stay your ass at home.
I totally agree. Again, like, just to clarify my point, I'm not saying that you what do you call it? They can't. I'm just saying in most things, it's not going to work. Like, because if I'm hanging with Shells, I'm hanging with Lek, and again, everybody's single, and we're going to a spot, or we're going to a party, or we're going, what do you call it? On a vacation, on a trip, where like, for two people, you're going to be out of your depth. You're going to be out of your depth. You're not going to be able to do it. Like when I hang out with all of my married friends, I do married stuff. I see them on Saturdays during the day, on Sundays, and we do things with the family because I know where their focus is, and I'm okay with that. But not everybody has that, and you're right. It does come down to what do you call it? To discipline and keeping it in your pants. But you should also keep the temptation far, far away from you. Because even if you don't do anything, let's say you're the guy watching, if something happens, something goes down, you're there, and then your wife is like, yo, what the hell happened here? You got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy. You got a lot of explaining to do. And you're going to have to talk about, like, what happened, blah, blah, blah. And if you would have just stayed in with your wife and your kids, you wouldn't have to explain nothing. That's all I'm saying.
I do agree. Everybody, like, you should have self-control, but you should also not put yourself in those situations.
Not be there.
This is why I fuck with Tatiana. She's smart.
To avoid any drama, any downfall. Why would you even want to attempt with that? Like, why would you? What if somebody brings that out in you? You're saying, oh no, leave. But what if what? It just takes that one person to bring.
It doesn't even take that one person. It just takes a bad situation.
Yeah, exactly.
You could not be doing nothing, and all of a sudden you're trying to get out of the house, and then, somebody snaps a picture, and the girl's in a bra, or girls doing wild stuff, and you're like, oh, you're trying to get out, huh?
What kind of parties you go to when the girl in the bra?
First of all, listen, just so you know, I'm a religious person. I read the Bible every day. I don't do anything bad, okay? And all the parties that I've gone to are just fiction. They've never happened in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. It's also knowing. I do agree. Like I said, it's about self-control, and like if I'm already in an area and a situation starts to develop, it's not like I'm gonna lose my mind. If it's like, all right, there's an orgy that's about to go down. All right, guys, I think this is where I exit. However, you're right. I'm not going to put myself in that. Like, if I know Q has an orgy at his house every Saturday, 8 o'clock, he has like 4 girls there. He's by himself. I know to stay away from his house at that specific time.
Why you gotta be me though? Why can't it be my boy? Hey, listen,
I'm just saying.
I study the Bible. I study the Bible.
Yeah, because it's a even if you're not gonna do nothing, so it's a part of it's a matter of respect as well. Because what are you gonna tell your partner? Like, oh, I didn't know. Like, he does that every weekend. Why would you specifically go at that time? Because I've gotten in trouble like that. It's so funny where I'm at my boy's house. His homegirl comes to visit, and guess what? They're snapping Facebook pictures, and guess what? I'm in the background minding my business. Nothing to do with anything. And then, of course, here comes the question. Oh, I thought you went to go. That's why you wanted to go hang out with your friend? I'm like, you see what I'm saying? So I see. I forgot all about that in my head. But
and no lie, I don't think it's just for guys. It's for girls too.
Yeah.
I was like, listen,
absolutely.
When you get married, you can't hot girl summer it. I'm sorry, you can't thought girl summer it anymore. All right, you can't do the
say that Q. Yo, Q, say that more loud because I don't think all of them can hear you. Because I don't think they know the meaning of that. Because I can't get some girls I talk to. I can't get them to stop doing
It's
that.
worse for girls, though. I think
It's
no.
the same thing. It's the same thing with chick. Like you can't hang out with your single friends the way you used to. It's not your path anymore.
All
Your
right, so
mom,
Q,
okay? Huh?
so
What'd you
Q,
say?
I need you to talk to my girlfriend for me then, because she don't understand the meaning of that. I
She
need
ain't
to go
gonna
talk
listen
to
to
her.
me. She ain't gonna listen to me.
Well,
Damn.
somebody talk to her because she didn't want her single
Yo,
friend.
listen. Yeah, again, and even when you get into a relationship, you gotta do relationship. Like when my boys tell me, "Oh, I'm in a relationship," cool, no problem. Uh, Invite me to all the family gatherings, the what do you call it, the barbecues, your the friends, what do you call it, all of like the family type things. I got you. The birthday parties, I'm there, 100%. But when it comes to Friday night, Saturday night, oh, Thursday night is ladies' night. You know what I'm saying? You might have to call out Friday. You know what I'm saying? We're partying. That's for the single people. That's for the single people. You can't have it
Yeah.
all, guys. You can't have it all. The same way
So
boys have.
basically,
You say your girl's still having a hot girl summer, B?
I think so, because she's always partying.
Damn.
You gotta let her go.
You
Get
Nah,
said
I
her.
she's for
party.
the streets.
I party. Every time she parties, I party too.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But you have to understand, like, there's certain things you just can't do. You just can't. You gotta respect the relationship. And again, I like to when I'm in a relationship, I'm all about relationship. I'm all about trying to get to the next step. Like, all right, how are we gonna build? Or are we compatible to even live together? What do you call it? And if we do live together, what do you call it? What do you call it? What's the time frame before I propose? And what do you call it? And what do you call it? If I am going to propose, how are our lives going to look? We're gonna have kids. How many kids are we gonna have? Where are we gonna live? Like you gotta like, what's the next step? You have to always be in that mindset. If you're not, if you can't, if you're not ready to have those conversations, you shouldn't be in a relationship. Step the f back.
Depends
Bro.
on the type of person that you're with, because not everybody is confident and comfortable with your significant other being around other people.
Nah, for me, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
in my
I get
case,
that.
I
That's
don't
all.
care. In my case, I don't care what she does. She can be who she wants to be. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Damn.
Yeah, but you say that
So
now.
why you with her then?
What
That
if she
sounds crazy.
that sounds really bad because what if
No, things that
what if
I trust her.
It seems like your guys
I
are
trust her. Things that I trust her enough for her to catch herself when she does something stupid.
listen, I hear you, and don't get me wrong, I think trust is a ve- is a monumental part of every relationship. But why put yourself in the position in certain situations where you're like, okay, this might not be a good look? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I have a girl and she's partying. I gotta ask them like, yo, why? Like, why? What's the sense? I mean, if you want to
That's a
be a single
fact.
person, if you want to live like a single person, 100% go. But you can't have it both ways. You can't.
I'm not saying she partying. Like she'll go out on a weekend and go enjoy herself. But to me,
She go out
I
every
trust
weekend.
enough.
That's what you're saying. Don't try to cut it back now. Don't try to
Not
cut it
every
back.
weekend now. She go
You
back on
said what you
weekends. She
said
goes
already.
out.
What you say?
You
See,
said
man.
what you said already. You exposed her already.
Listen.
I'm not supposed to because I really trust her. I don't care what she does. She can enjoy herself. Just remember, you have
I get
a
it. Look at
man.
that's a
this.
slippery slope, man. That's a slippery slope. And again, I'm only speaking from experience. I don't know what you have with your girl, but anytime like my boys have said stuff like that, it usually doesn't lead to anything good, man. If people are still moving in the same way that they were moving while they were single, it's usually a huge red flag. I see Prada laughing. Prada, why are you
I'm
laughing?
not saying she don't like she's single now. I'm just saying, but she goes out and she get and guys all trying. I don't know if guys on. I don't know what she does.
Did
I don't
she
know.
go to clubs? She go to clubs?
Nah, she go like a hookah bar for her friends.
Oh man, hookah bars, bro. Listen,
Who Drake?
there's some.
Who's her friend?
Listen. There's some
She
things
better
that
be
have
friends
gone
with
down
Drake.
in hookah
She
bars,
better be
man.
not light skinned man. I don't trust that light skinned man. She better not be skinned nothing no Drake. I don't trust her at
Drake.
all. I
Listen,
have no trust in that man.
if my girl's going to a hookah bar, I'm like, yo, that's a hookah bar is a club, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, that is a party and a half. Why are you partying? Why do you need to party that hard? Like, where's your mindset at? But again,
As long as she doesn't bother me when I go out, I don't care what she does. She can have her fun. Don't bother
that
me.
is,
Nah,
dude.
it
What does
bothers
that
you.
mean?
It
Hold on.
bothers you. You brought it up, baby.
What does that mean? She can have her fun. What kind of fun?
Because
What kind of fun?
Have drinks. Have bottomless mimosas. As long as she don't call me asking me for money for she can buy her bottle with her friends, I don't care. Do what she doing. Have your fun. When I go out with my homies, remember my homies are savages. Let's just say they act like dogs. Leave me alone.
yeah, but do you partake in the same
No.
things like your single boys do?
No, I'm a loyal man. I can't. I don't know how to cheat. I can't cheat. I don't know how to cheat. I don't cheat. It's too hard to cheat for me.
Well, first off,
Hard.
black men don't cheat. Okay, everybody knows that. That's a fact. Okay,
Repeat that.
black men don't cheat.
Oh.
Oh Lord, let's not even do this.
They don't. It was a hashtag.
We're
It was
not
a
giving.
hashtag.
I will say this, right? There has to be, because I feel like telling someone they can't do something, it's almost like, and I'm not saying that's what you guys are saying, but a lot of people partake it as like, okay, if I'm gonna date you, you're asking me to change myself completely. If I know someone that I want to, I probably met her at the club, probably met her at the bar, wherever she was. Maybe that's how I met her. And if I understand that's something she likes to do with her girlfriends and everything like that, again, I think you have to figure all of this out at the beginning. Now, when you are in a relationship and that relationship starts to develop and you guys are throwing around the love word and all of that extra crap, I think there should be some sort of simmering down. Like it's
What happened to him?
Oh, Jimmy, you froze. Jim,
See,
I mean,
that's what my Wi-Fi. So my
Yo,
Wi-Fi in Paris.
brother got the
Wi-Fi
cricket,
my
worse
girl,
than
you
you got
don't
the
go to
cricket
the
mobile
clubs.
Wi-Fi.
Your Wi-Fi froze.
Y'all hear me?
Nothing you said.
Yeah,
now we hear you.
now we hear you, but you froze up for a little bit. You borged out.
You hear me now?
Yeah,
My
we hear you.
McDonald's just closed. I had to switch.
You
I had to switch from the
can-
Wi-Fi. I had to.
Yo, we lost the host. No, we lost him again. Oh no.
Oh come on.
Yo, but I get what he's saying. That like, sure, you don't ask some. What do you call it? I don't know, but I disagree
You can't
with part of
basically.
it. But
You
you
can't
do have
basically.
to simmer down.
Not,
Yeah.
what he was saying was like you can't change
Slip.
somebody from her.
Oh, you back? You back, Prada? No, Prada's still not back.
Still
But
gone.
Nah.
yeah, he's still gone. But what do you call it? He's right. You have to slow it down. You can't change. Oh,
Hey.
are you back? Are you back? No, you're still not back, bro. Still not back. Damn, struggle podcast, baby. Struggle podcast. But what do you think about it, Tatiana? What do you think? I think you have. I think you have to change. You have to change in a relationship. You have to change your ways. It's not going to be the same. What do you call it? Then it's not a relationship that's worth it to me. I don't subscribe to that. Oh, you got to be the same person. You can't change. BS. You know who says that? People who want to still be single.
True.
So
People.
I feel like at the beginning, so I've only been in like one serious relationship, and it was for like 17 years. So
17. Holy smokes.
Oh, that's a marriage.
Yeah, that's a marriage, homie.
I didn't have a marriage though. I mean, yeah, it was a marriage, but I was not married technically.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like you both, like you have to out from the very beginning. This is what I like and this is what I don't like. And then you decide if you want to continue with that. So like, I'll use myself as an example. My ex didn't like to dance and I love to dance. So when we would go to parties, he would not dance.
Right.
I wouldn't dance because, he doesn't partake in that. I don't want to, make him feel some type of way. It depends on the type of person that you're with. And, like you decide if you want to deal with that and if you want to change, if you're going to change or if you're just going to leave, so.
But honestly, Tatiana, you can't change who you are because of him. You shouldn't have done that. It's not like you change who you are because of him.
I stopped doing what I like.
Nah, you see that
which is
that's the
which is a big
that's
problem. But
that's not a good thing.
I was very young, so
I mean,
See,
I don't
that's
know, man. If dancing is is the one thing you have to like give up, I feel like I don't know if if he was doing everything else that he was supposed to do. I mean,
yeah,
you have to make sacrifices in
exactly, and
relationships.
that's
that's
fine.
not a sacrifice. That's not a sacrifice. Like if you like dancing, you like that's your type of enjoyment. Like all right, for example, let me change for some. Let me bring it towards me. I like playing my PS5. I like playing my video games when I'm on my days off, or sometimes like chilling at my brother's house and just chilling with my family. Now, if the girl I'm with right now, she tells me, "Oh, I don't like you doing this. I don't like you playing PS5 all day on your days off. I don't like you being at the shop all day playing PS5. I don't like you doing this. I don't like you doing that. I don't like you going to buy nice expensive shoes because you want to, or I don't like you doing that no more." I'm gonna feel away because now you're telling me you don't want me to be me. You want me to be what you want me to be. That's not gonna work.
Yeah,
I'm too grown. We both are grown people. It's either we accept each other for who we are, and we love each other the way we love each other, or we gotta separate. And I'm gonna find someone that does appreciate me the way I am. Because I could be outside doing other weird shit, and said I'm in the house just playing PlayStation. She
I mean,
accept that.
listen, I think that's different though. Playing PlayStation, that's different. Again, you're not in these streets, hoeing it up. You're not doing anything bad. Like playing games is what guys do. Period. All guys do. They all play games. They all what they call it, the boys love their Jordans. I don't think that's like unless you got no money and she's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe we should play. We should pay the gas bill, or maybe we should pay the light bill before you buy these like two Yeezys, or you buy these Jordans for 250. That makes sense. Uh, like again, there has to be there's some things you have to give up. In a relationship, there's certain things. If you can't, your guy doesn't like to dance. You can still dance with your girlfriends. You can still dance with like your cousins. You can still dance with people. I
Okay,
wouldn't
but
say
I'm trying to figure out is why I still don't agree with that. She's not supposed to change of who she is. She likes to dance, girl. Go ahead and dance.
yeah.
If he don't
But
want to dance with you, I'm pretty
but
sure you can go dance by yourself.
but it's like I decided to stop doing it, so it's not really all on him. I was young. I was just going along with the relationship. So
I mean, did that ultimately end up, or what do you call it, after 17 years, did that ultimately, like, not dancing, did that destroy your
oh
relationship?
no. I was just using that as an example.
And what I'm saying is, I'm using that as an example as well. What I'm saying is, there's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think is there anything wrong with what he was asking, you know? Hey, listen, what do you call it? I don't really dance, but, you want to go out and dance on the dance floor by yourself, that's fine. It is what it is. We're at a wedding, yeah, dance with your family members. Like, you can still do that. I don't think that's like a big thing,
No,
Yeah,
you're
but no,
Now,
go
if you're
ahead.
being a
Go
loser
ahead.
and you're playing PlayStation all day, smoking weed, and you're
You
not
ain't got a
progressing.
job. You ain't paying your bills. That's
no,
different
yeah.
story.
Exactly. That makes sense. That makes sense when she was like, if your girl said, "Hey, um, stop playing PlayStation, get a job, or stop playing
Oh no, no,
PlayStation
no. I got
and
it.
do something else."
I got more than one job.
No, no,
Let's
I'm
just
not.
get out
Listen,
there.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. I'm just using what I call it, what you like to do as that. First off, you're Haitian. Haitians are the hardest workers I've ever met. No
Thank you.
disrespect to
Appreciate
anybody.
that. Appreciate that.
You know. Did we
Our
get?
Prada's finally
Hey,
back.
Prada's back. What
Welcome
happened,
back,
Prada?
sir.
Did he
We
change?
missed you. He changed his whole outfit.
Yeah.
He changed his whole outfit. Really?
Nah, I didn't change my outfit, man. Come on now.
Oh,
Hollywood shit. Yeah, I was
He's
just
Hollywood. Come on. Don't
now
sleep.
you see the
Prada is
blue side
Hollywood,
and
man.
the green side.
Don't
What's
sleep
up?
on Prada, man. He is Hollywood.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. What the fuck was I saying before the internet disrespected me, man? Um
Don't worry, bro. I got you. We kept it going. We're talking about, like, giving things up. You have to give things up in a relationship. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You
okay.
do.
Now I know where I was at.
Go for
So
it.
I feel like when you get into a relationship, right? I think it's too much to ask the person to just stop what they're doing completely. There has to be some sort of compromise, right? Like if I'm with my woman and I know my woman likes to go out with her girlfriends, have a really good time, And sure, I trust her, and I'm not saying that she's gonna do anything crazy. However, now you kind of got a man at home, right? And I want to make sure this doesn't come across like no one controls anyone. I don't ever want to be like, yo, I control what my woman does and what she doesn't do. However, I just feel like there should be a certain level of respect where I'm like, you know what? I used to go to the clubs. Like, for example, I'll give you a good one because I think I heard you guys talking about dancing. For me, right? If I go and I had to learn this, I didn't know. I would go to a club, music come on. I'm a Caribbean guy. What do you think I'm gonna do? Right? I'm just gonna go and dance. I'm not thinking about taking no one home. That's not my energy anymore. No one is being taken home. I'm not I'm not dancing with this person with the intentions of flirting or anything like that. It is just I have some drinks in me. This is my jam. Let's dance. But after that, I'm done. So mind you, my homie, he's recording, having a good old time. And I see him recording, but me, I don't care because I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. Post it up. Again, another situation. They was like, oh, so this is what you do? And I'm like, and you girls always ask that, like, this is what you do when you go out to with your friends? And I'm like, babe, I told you I was going to a club. You knew exactly where I was going. I'm like, babe, that's what you do in a club. Like, I didn't go to you think I just went to the club with my friends just to watch them dance and watch them have a good time? And what you wanted me to do, sit at the bar and drink? And I didn't look at it as like disrespect or anything like that. It was just like, yo, babe, I just went to dance and have a good time. Just like women will say, yo, I just went dancing with my friends. But I'm not dancing in a group of dudes. You know how girls like to do, they go out with their homegirls and they all dance with each other. I'm not doing that shit. So, I didn't see it as anything wrong because my intentions were pure. But I saw the way that it made her feel. Like, she's like, I'm not trying to watch you dry hump someone like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if my intention was just that's the dance, it's Jamaican music, but for her, she sees it as you're having sex with her. Like, it may not be. You get what I'm saying? So
That's
I
your
had to kind
question,
of learn to like. I didn't
Prada.
necessarily give it up, but I understood doing that bothers her, and because I cared about her the way that I
Prada,
do, I
Prada,
elected to fall back from doing that.
Prada, I got a question for you.
What's up?
If she was going out to a Caribbean party, if she was
Yeah.
doing what you're doing, would you have an issue with it?
Nah. And the only reason I say
Wait,
that confidently,
you would have an issue with a dude dubbing on her?
it for me, I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't want to say emotionally mature. I just think it does play. Like, I know she's not gonna do anything. Like, I'm not looking at it. Like, if my girl says she's going to a club and
Yeah.
I'm not going there, and she's dancing. Now, again, yes. Now you have me thinking.
I know it's a good question.
But
about
here's
it.
my thing. I wouldn't. No, I can confidently say I wouldn't be bothered by it because I know her intentions is pure. It's like it's a in the moment thing. You're damn. My girl's at a club right now. What happens in a club? I already have to process all of this in my brain. So it's like, yo, there's gonna be music. There's gonna be drinks. There's gonna be a ton of other guys there. I'm not there. She may want to dance. Something may happen when she's dancing and someone pulls up and they dance. But does that mean she's gonna go and sleep with them? I think one of the most thing. I think to your question, which is very important, it's always if that person was doing it, how comfortable would you be? And if the answer is nah, I'm not feeling that at all, then you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. So that's
okay,
when.
all right, hold on. I gotta push back. Your wife right now has 2 kids. She's like, oh, me and my girls. Let me finish. 2 kids.
Yeah.
Just had your beautiful baby daughter. Well done. Congratulations, my man. Number 2. Well done.
Thank you.
Can't wait for the third, the man child. Carry
I'm
your
not
name
even
on.
going for it. When people do that shit, they end up with 3 girls, 4 girls.
Hey, listen. Hey, guess what? You're gonna live forever because what do you call it? Fathers with more girls tend to live longer because they tend to take care of them. So you'll be fine. Go for the third. Anyway, moving on. With your logic, two kids. She's like, oh, me and my homegirls, we just need a night out. We're not gonna do nothing. going to a reggae party, you would be okay? Would you be okay with another dude grinding up on her, doing the figure eight with her with their hips?
As of right now, like I said, I think
Keep it
relationship.
100. Keep it 100.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wouldn't that wouldn't be something that I would I don't want to say approve of. That's not something that I would agree with, nor would she do it. And this is what I mean by respect and boundaries. At this point in my life, if I do go to a club now, or if I'm at a bar now, I understand that I'm surrounded by beautiful women. I understand that they may attempt to dance, but that's where it comes to like, hey, I'm flattered, but I'm married, or that's where that maturity aspect has to come in, because in the back of my head, I'm gonna say, yo, if my wife was in this position, would I appreciate her, dancing? Now, my wife with 2 kids and all of that stuff like that, she's not gonna do that. At the
I,
end of the day,
I'm not saying that she's going to do it. I'm hypothetically saying, I'm just
Mhm.
using your logic. She just wants to go out, party
Mhm.
with her friends. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Right here and now. I'm not saying she's going to do it, but I'm saying if she said, "Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go out with my friends to party."
Mhm.
How would you feel now? Again, this has nothing to do with it.
I
Would you
would be all
still?
right. I would be all right because as a mom, she's with the kids. Most of the time, when I say most of the time, I mean like especially with the newborn now. Obviously, she's home for that purpose right now. The breath. I understand she may want some time to get some fresh air, stretch her legs, go see different scenery. So I wouldn't be opposed to her going out. I'd be like, babe, go have a great time. Actually, um, take a cab because you're not driving. And obviously I can't drive because I have to take the kids, but here's a cab. I would pay for her cab to go and come back. Go ahead and have a great time.
So you would
I
not.
just think what it really
But
comes down to is she's not going to even allow that to happen. I think, and let me not speak for every girl in the world. Excuse me, um, but I don't want to say my wife just isn't that kind of person too. And this is why I say when you're dealing with somebody or you're choosing someone to be with, you have to see them at their core. You have to really dig deep to be like, yo, does this person, like you were saying earlier, Q, have the same values as me, has the same mindset? It's a level
right,
of respect
right,
where she could go out right now. I don't care. She said she wanted to go out. I have no problem with that. I'm not insecure. I know she's not going to cheat because I just know the way that she is. It's the same way that I carry on. She's not too worried about me.
right,
Again, I did make those mistakes before, but it wasn't out of disrespect. It was just more of like um, me not knowing that it would affect her in that way. And once I figured that out, what it really comes down to, I don't think it's so much about sacrificing a part of myself. Is like, is she worth that? Like, what's more important to me?
mm.
Her happiness or me dry humping a girl in the club? That's a no brainer for me. You
B
get
B. Can I ask B this question as the other man in this situation? B, if you were in the same situation, right? Your girl just had like you got 2 kids with a lady. You're married with her. Would you feel some type of way if she wanted to go out party and dance with dudes in the club?
Have fun. You want to Uber?
Really?
He's capping. He's
You
capping.
Kevin,
first off,
bro, I could show, bro. No, creepy, wait, bro. My girl went out to. I think she went to some bar. I paid for her Uber just to go, bro.
No.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
no,
cap.
hands to
I'm calling
God,
cap.
bro.
I'm calling cap for both of y'all. I'm calling cap for
Okay,
both of you.
you
That's cap.
do y'all want to see my? Y'all want to see the
He
Uber
said I'm
receipt?
calling cap on both of y'all.
I'm
Y'all want to
calling
see the
for
Uber
both of
receipt?
y'all. Yeah,
Y'all want to see the Uber receipt?
Tatiana, as a female, same question to you. You just had you're married. You just had your second baby. Would you be okay with your husband going to a club, dancing up on all the girls, Jamaican style, reggae style,
Hell
whining style? Would you be okay with that?
no,
Ah, why?
because I wouldn't see that, and I wouldn't want him to do that.
Keep it a buck. Why? Why though?
No, she got.
No. Let her answer. Let her answer. Why? Keep it a buck. Because I think Tatiana is the only one being honest here. I'm just saying. No disrespect to my boys. I love you guys. But I think you guys are. I think you guys would feel some type of way, and you should feel some type of way. Go
Why?
ahead, Tatiana. I don't mean to cut you off. Finish your
No,
thought, please.
no, I was just saying, no, yeah, I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want that to happen.
Wait, but
Why?
you asked me a different question. No. You said
Because
if my wife asked to go to the
I'm not gonna
club.
do that with somebody else, and I just had a second baby.
Yeah, you're not even trying to see the motion. Like, yo, he used that move on me last night. What's he doing?
That's like
I'm supposed to get all of that, not some random.
But you see Q, but you did ask me a separate question though. You did say like if she says she's going to the club, I'm not bothered that she goes, but no, I'm not going to be comfortable with her allowing some dude to come grab up on her waist and do all of that. No, that's too far. If you just going out with your girls, you're having the drinks. I have a ton of female friends. So like if it's one of those gatherings where you're going out with your homegirls, they're like, yo, you've been in the house for months with the baby. Come have a good time. Come have some drinks. You know, dance with us. If it's something like that, sisterhood shit, go right ahead. But if a dude is in the picture trying to dry hunt my wife, of course I wouldn't be okay with that. That's what I'm saying. I'm okay with her going out.
Maybe I think differently. I really don't care if a guy want to dry hump you, let him dry hump you. Have fun. That's for you to tell no. That's for her to tell no. I'm not gonna tell you not to go out and have a fool. So remember, you want to be a fool. But now when you come home after you've been a fool, and I know you've been a fool, am I gonna still be there waiting for you and be a dummy waiting for you? It's a story.
So B, you're not down putting on the clown makeup then. You're not gonna be the guy putting on the clown makeup.
I ain't gonna say it.
I respect. Hey, listen, I respect that. But again, this is what happens. These are the things that happen, and maybe we don't. Maybe we trust our people that we're spending our lives with. You know, maybe we trust our significant others. But why put yourself in that position? Period.
Yeah.
Why? Just figure it out. Work out. Go out with your man. How about that? You want to go to the club?
Yeah.
Go with your man. You want to go to the club? Go with your girl. I don't think. Listen, all I'm saying is, if you chose to be in a relationship, if you chose to be in a marriage, if you chose to do things, you can't move like a single person. Period. And this is why I say morals, mindset, are very key, are very important to the people to the people you choose to have relationships with. You know, you can't do the same things. You can't move in the same way. You can't.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Because my girl don't ask to go out, and I don't. The only time, in Q, you was there. The only time I go out, it takes a certain. It has to be specific people, right? Real good friends, and things like that. But I rarely go out.
Yes, I know. We've been trying to get you out for years. How long did it take? I've been friends with you, close friends with your brother for 7 years now. I've only met you. We've only gone out once.
Twice. Don't disrespect me like that. Twice.
Wait, when else have I met you? I only met you once at that UFC part.
And then we just did a review on the Batman. Oh, man, how quick they forget.
Man. You're right. No, you got me there. We went to the movies together.
That counts. I didn't stay for the whole after party, but that's to the point where you got to understand something. I think a lot of people, when they go into the relationship, they think they're going to be the same. And it's like you say, it's very important. You can't carry on like a single person. Like that night after the movies, it was like 6 of us, right? Everyone had their cigars lit. You guys were jumping in the cab to go to the next event. What was my flex? I was like, guys, I'd love to join you, but hey, I got. Look, my wife is home with the little baby, with the other baby. I gotta move. You do have to move differently. I can't be out all night, coming home and she's been with the kids all day. And people really have to understand, once you are in a relationship, I don't want to say give up things. It's not sacrificing or giving up who you are. There's something called compromise. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, hey, babe, I like to go out every weekend. Okay, now we're married with kids. Hey, I know I used to go out every weekend, but I'll go out every other weekend. Or maybe, you get what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a compromise. I can't expect it to be the same exact way. Tatiana, I think you mentioned the dancing thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with and it's so funny. Again with this, my boy posting me up dancing with other girls, and I got in trouble. And the funny thing in my brain, I was like, girl, you don't even dance. Like, you don't even know how to, not to even be funny. Like she's not with that. Like if I was dancing with her and I also say I'm joking around, like I'm controlling her waist movement. Like she doesn't do any of that. We come from two completely different backgrounds. Like she's never going to be caught dead in a club by herself. I think maybe that's why I can speak so confidently, where she has no interest in that.
Yeah.
Which is probably something that I liked. And again, this goes back into doing your research on the person, right? I've dated so many women that were like that, or I grew up in neighborhoods where that was a common thing. So the minute I saw someone that wasn't into that, because I'm like, yo, when I want to be in a serious relationship and I want to be with somebody, I don't want to be with somebody that's at the club every weekend. Like, I don't know if it's I don't think it comes across as, but it's like at some, like, all right, like, yo, I'm home on the weekends. Like, you can spend some time with me. Like, you want to go to the club every weekend. Like, to me, that would cause a red flag. And if I saw that red flag, then I'm out. But I don't see me giving up the club as like a huge. I mean, I'm fucking 30 plus now. Like, ain't nobody trying to drop it low.
Yeah.
My knees ain't even built for any of that anymore. If I did that, like, I remember the last time I tried that, I could hear my knees cracking. Like, I was like, oh no,
Ooh.
this is not the place
It,
to be.
it sounds like we're saying the same thing, but you're trying to say it a different way.
No, like I don't think like it was no problem for me to, okay, you don't like me dancing with girls when I go to the club? Okay. Like it wasn't like a big deal for me to be like, yo, this is what I do. I'm at a club. Like for me, I just really had to be like, you know what? Would I like it if it was you? If what you're asking of me, if it was the other way around, would I be understanding? So it's the same thing like you asked, like, yo, if your girl goes to the club right now and some dude is dry humping her, I gotta sit there and think about that. Like, hell no. So I know that my ass better not be at no club talking about, yo, let me get a dub, because I know if this was my shorty, and me, I'm just different. I understand that I'm married. I look at that differently. If I'm now single, that's a different story. But while
You
I'm
have to
in
look at
this
it
phase,
different, Jim. You have to
what's
look at
up?
it differently. You have to look at it differently.
No,
You're not,
absolutely no. But there's scum out there. There's women and men out there, ring or not, they
Yeah.
ready to go. So, trust me, bro. I've been at a bar with friends minding my business, and the ring is on. They don't care. To some
yeah.
women, that's actually like some sort of like, and I used to, when people used to say that, I'm like, shut up, that's not true. But
No,
like
it is.
being married,
It's true. It's a magnet. It's
yeah,
a
it's
magnet
sort
to
of like,
women.
it's
It's the
like, yo,
same thing as a
some
magnet
woman
too.
saw
They
something in you
can't.
to tie you down. I want to know what that is, or I want to try to take you away. I don't know what that is. I don't know.
It's like a magnet to them. It feels like it's a challenge. I know some men in the Haitian community that find it a challenge to sleep with married women. It's their life goal to sleep with all much married women they can, and they got a wife and kids at home. Mind you, if their wife go outside, oh Lord have
Straight
mercy.
scumbag.
Yeah. Crazy.
If they hear their wife is going out, if they hear their wife is going outside, they go crazy.
But that again, I know people like that too. Some women, I don't think it's just like they're just trying to like have sex with things. Again, some people, at least the women that I've spoken to who have sex or sleep with married men, they've always said that, oh yeah, cool. The reason why they slept with the guy is because, well, he was able to commit to one woman. Maybe he'll leave her and commit to me. That's where that's what they've
Oh my
explained.
God.
I,
What?
I still can't understand the logic.
No,
Why
Hold on,
no,
would
hold on, hold on,
again,
hold on, hold on, hold
but
on. What's up, Tati? The
That's
lady.
just so fucking stupid.
no, but here's the thing though. It makes sense though, right? She's like, okay, cool. If this guy is what do you call it, can commit to one woman, I can't meet a dude. Their logic was, I can't meet a dude that wants to commit to me, but he's already committed to her. He'll leave her and commit to me.
Have you know that saying, how you get them is how you lose them?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Why would I? No, I'm not. I wouldn't approach a married man and like whether he had a ring or not, and I find out he's married. That's untouchable. Like that's
100%. But
like that's for me.
no, absolutely, because you're dealing in logic
That
and
should be
reason.
Depends on the
That should be
circumstance. Depends on the
no.
circumstance now.
No, that's supposed to be untouchable. Because if a married man or if a woman is married or man is married, and you try to get in between that relationship, basically you're breaking up a happy home. If it's happy or not.
May not be happy.
No, and they may not be happy.
They may not
They
be
don't
happy.
be happy. They're still committed to each other. You have no right to go in between and try to mess that up.
You know what? And again, this is why it's important for married people to hang out with married people and single people to hang out with single people.
No.
Listen to my logic. That's why. What do you call it? If you're moving like a single person, you should be single. If you're moving like a married person, you should move like you're married, like you're in a relationship. I hear you. Listen, in a perfect world, B, we can do whatever we want, but in reality, that's
I'm not saying do what we want. I'm saying cute. Maybe an example. My older brother, he's married. My homeboy, he's married. A bunch of brothers, they're married. I'm the only one that's single in between them. I don't attract them to do the shit I do. I don't tell them because I have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. They have wives and kids.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
It's a big difference. I'm not.
Why?
They're committed.
So you're not committed to your girlfriend?
I am committed to my girlfriend.
So what's the difference?
What does that mean? We haven't took vows. We haven't like.
Okay.
I don't know.
So what does that mean?
Yeah.
I'm getting my Dr. Phil on. What does that? Because I look at it as the same thing. If we're all married in here and you're not married, but you have a girlfriend, you're still in the same boat. It's not a different. The only difference you can say is probably you guys aren't married, but the commitment is still the same. Is it not?
Yeah, commitment's the same. Yeah, but we're not in the same boat.
Scumbag.
We on two different. No, don't do that. We had two different ships, my friend. On two different ships. The ship is you're married, you live with your significant other. I do not live with my girlfriend. I may sleep there from time to time, but I don't live there. See?
Can I ask you a question, B?
Yeah.
What do you call it? You're in a relationship with a girl right now. What's the next step?
I'm gonna marry her.
So shouldn't you
in the same boat?
Shouldn't you move like a person that wants to be married?
See, you're twisting my words against me now. I'm not in that boat yet.
No, hold on. I know you. I hear what you're saying, and I respect it, and I get it. But what's the point in a relationship? It's always about the next step, right? You're in a relationship with a person because you think, okay, cool, this might be the person I want to marry. This might be the person I want to have my name and also bear my seed and continue my line, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, why are we still moving like single people?
I don't look like I'm single. I claim my wife. I claim my woman.
So you on the same boat.
So you're basically here's the thing. Again, in a relationship, in all my relationships and relationships before, it's practice for marriage, right? You can't just be like, oh, well, we're married now, so I can't be a fuckboy. I can't be a clubber. I can't be, what do you call it? Partying with all my boys like I used to. I've got family to attend to. Like that's the whole reason to be in a relationship, to see, hey, we've been together for a year or two. I think we should get together. We should, move in together. And why do we move in together? Because guess what? The next step is proposal and marriage.
Sure.
You should act according to that. You should practice the role till you get it. Does that make sense? Tatiana, you've been quiet. Tatiana,
he's a cheater.
Huh?
Hey, no. I don't cheat. I don't know how to cheat, so I don't cheat. I'm not good at it.
I don't think. First off,
I'm gonna get caught. I got caught cheating in tests in school. So if I can't cheat in school, I can't cheat on life.
I don't think B would ever cheat. Honestly, I don't know B. I don't know you very well. We've only been on 2 lives together. I don't think he doesn't strike me as the guy that's a cheater. But
I can't even cheat in video games, man. Why would
but
I cheat? I
but
can't cheat in the
here's
video
the
game.
thing, B.
Why would I
But
cheat?
here's the thing, B. I hear you. I hear you. But here's the
He's a
thing.
cheater.
You go out, you get sauced up with your boys, you do some things. Listen. I'm not saying you would. But what happens if a girl comes on to you and you're like, no, what do you call it? I got a girl, and somebody snaps a picture, and this girl's trying to put her arms around you because it's happened to me. Girl tries to put her arms around me and tries to kiss me, or she tries to kiss you. Somebody snaps a picture, or there's somebody snapping, and there's in the background you're there trying to fight this girl off. It doesn't look good. You can't do those things.
True.
You're gonna have a problem, aren't you? You're gonna have a problem
Yep.
for a month. Even if you didn't do anything, even if you did everything in your power to try to stop the situation, you've already there. It's already a headache. Are you not gonna have some explaining to do, Lucy? You gotta have some explaining to. Your girl sees that it's gonna be a problem, right?
Yeah.
Don't pay B no mind. The fact that you've
No, man,
entertained
I
this
love
cheater.
B. I gotta play B by B's.
How am I
Nah.
a cheater? I am not a cheater.
I know you're
I
not.
don't
I
know
know
how
you're
to
not.
cheat.
Huh?
I
Don't
can't
listen
even
to
cheat in
B.
video games.
Listen, first off, black men don't cheat. Okay, we already established that at the beginning of the pot, right?
Let me tell you
black
what
men
B
don't
sounds
cheat,
like.
and Haitian men never cheat. See?
Haitian men never cheat ever. One time.
Oh, nope.
Never.
Yeah. Oh,
Nope.
I was like, nah. I'm gonna leave that alone for y'all. But what? Like,
Is that you want to say, Jimmy?
I don't know. I'm just saying, if you have a girlfriend, and I'm just listening to what you said, like, all these people around me is married, and I don't bring them along with me to me, I don't understand. When you say something like that, what is it that you would possibly do that they can't do when you're technically in a relationship? Whether that's my wife or my girlfriend, we're in a relationship, an exclusive relationship. Are you in an exclusive relationship right now?
Yes, I am.
All right. So what is it that you are doing that they can't do? What do you? I want. Let's elaborate on that.
All right. I can't hang. They can't come hang out on the block with me all night. We can't go to Silo together. We can't go to the casino together. I can't take them. I can't take them to the hangout spot with me. They can't go. They're married.
You just mean that you have more free time than them.
Yes. I ain't got nothing. I don't got time for women.
No, I got you.
I got women already.
I got you. You just have a lot of free time on your hands. But do you think that's because they live with their wives?
Yes. I can't tell my other brother, let's go Rosilo. Let's go to the dice spot right now.
B,
let's go to the dice spot.
Can I ask you a question? If you move in with your girl, you think you still gonna be hanging out the same way? Is she still gonna be partying the same way?
I don't think so.
Why?
You never know what a person is gonna do until you actually do live with them. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how she's gonna act.
You know why? Because now he gonna be devastated when he hear her walking in at 3 a.m. stumbling.
Exactly.
I won't be devastated. It won't devastate me because when she walking at 3 a.m., I'm walking.
Well, he hear that door cracking open at 3 a.m. and she just tripping over her heels. She done sweat out her hairstyle. He gonna be tight because he's there to see it. They don't live together.
Just sweat it out, bro.
They don't live together, so it's easy for him to stomach that. Like, yo, she go out and she going to the club. That's her business. If I go to the club, I don't hear nothing. It's a whole different ball game, bro. You sleeping, you won't even be able to sleep. You could be watching that time like, yo, it's 1 a.m. though.
Yeah, but
It's different.
What you gotta remember. It takes two to play that game. If you can play that game, I can play better than you.
You see, but you can't. Look, if this is my experience, that sounds like a lot of tit for tat. The relationship would end in seconds if one of you guys aren't willing to be the bigger person.
No, bro.
That's not gonna work.
She walks out at 3 o'clock in the morning. By the time she even puts her heels down, I'm packing my shit. I'm gone. I'm not.
But you
I'm
can't leave
not.
for that. That's if you was fine with her going to the club, you can't be upset that she showed up 6 a.m. I mean,
Bro,
but
yes, I can.
but as your woman,
Yes,
she
I
should
can, and yes, I
understand.
will.
No, no, she should understand as your woman though. All right, you know what? I used to come home 3 a.m, but out of respect for my man, let me get home by 1. Something respectable.
Yo,
If
my
your woman
boy.
is showing up 6:45 a.m. where the birds is chirping and the sun is almost up, nah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me ask, can I ask Tatiana, are you in a relationship right now?
no.
All right. Say if you were in a relationship, right? And then
Hmm.
your dude did that, what would you think?
If he would come home at 6 o'clock in the morning,
3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
mm,
What would you have an issue with that?
if it's something that's like repetitive, yes. But if it's like once in a blue, I wouldn't mind.
Right, because
Because
why?
you need to go out and be with your friends, and
No. But why would it be an issue?
why would it be an issue?
Yeah.
That it's repetitive?
Yes.
Because you're not single.
Thank you. The same way Prada would have an issue, the same way B would have an issue. I feel like you guys are just saying what I'm saying.
But we're just saying it all different ways.
You guys are you guys are going over a valley, through the river, swimming through the river, you know what I'm saying, and chopping down a mountain to get there. You're saying what I'm saying. You can't move the same way. I get it. We're open. We're trying to be open minded and all that stuff, but we're still human beings at the end of the day. We're still we've evolved to be this way. We've evolved to be territorial with our mates. You know why? Because we like them for a reason. We want them for a reason. We see a future with them. You can't move the same way. I'm sorry. Oh, would I have a problem with my girl? No, I don't want to control my girl, blah, blah, blah. We're all saying the same thing, though. We're all getting to the same thing. We're all getting to the same place. It's not, it's not appropriate to do these things. If you want to be single, be single. If you want to be in a relationship, act like you want to be in a relationship. That's
Wait,
all
you know
I'm saying.
what? Hold on. I think it'll work if both parties are doing the same thing. I feel like it depends. It
And
depends
I
on the
disagree.
relationship. You like whatever agreement they have,
Sure.
Because if I'm going out every weekend and he's going out every weekend, then it's not gonna bother me.
Someone is gonna break.
Yeah, maybe.
Somebody eventually, like, it depends. Like, someone's gonna be like, "Yo, I went out and I had a good time, but you had a great time, huh?" Nah. Someone eventually, like, someone is gonna be like, "Nah, you're having a
Well,
way
that's what
better time."
Why? Why do people go to the club?
to dance.
Okay, and
That's what I
also
thought.
for what other reason?
That's
What other reason? Tatiana, it's Saturday night, Tatiana. You're single. What do you call it? You go out. Why do you go to the club? Why do people, period, go to the club to think? Besides dancing.
have a good time.
Okay, and
Shake their moneymaker.
what else? What
Me,
else?
I don't know.
Well, I used to go to the club with the intentions of, sure, dance and have a good time, but it was also like hey, if you want to go to the nearby hotel, there was that as well.
Hey,
So,
what? Yeah,
but
because
single though.
to meet people, to hang out, to possibly meet somebody, to possibly go
Yeah, if
home
it
with or
happens, if it happens, yeah,
yeah, but it usually does happen, right?
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on this.
All right, let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you another question. Let me follow up. If you go out every weekend, single or no single, your chances are higher or lower to meeting somebody that wants to do bad or do fun things with you, have a
Oh,
good time with you. Am I right or
it's
wrong?
it's high. It's through the roof.
It's through the roof, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
that's why we stop going to clubs when we find a person. Am I right or wrong? Panel, tell me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong.
No, you're not, because the minute I found my person, I just had no interest in it, or I
Thank
knew
you.
it would defeat the purpose of what am I
Hey,
at the club for? Because if I'm with somebody and I've already made the decision, I'm good. Me being here is it's almost sort of an annoyance. to see the good time that's going on and the potential things, and it's like, well, technically I can't be a part of this, so I wouldn't show up. And I think that's why I do a lot of the what do you call it? Is it an introvert? People that like to stay inside by themselves? Is that what that is?
Introvert, yes. Yes.
I'm not,
Yeah.
bro. I have no problem being home 10 years straight and no one sees me. I think that helps too, because if you're someone,
what if you get married or in a relationship with a person who's an extrovert?
I wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying, what if?
Damn. You want me to be hypothetical?
Yeah. We have to be hypothetical. Here's the thing, Jim. Prada, we have to be hypothetical.
Yeah.
One relationship, and again, hypotheticals is what do you call it, is what we would actually do. Like that's all we can deal with.
I mean that there would have to be boundaries, right? And I think it's a combination of everything is saying. Like with Tatiana, like if you go out, but it's not every weekend, like it's a once in a blue, maybe it's that, hey, it's the first of the month where me and my girls, we all meet up. I wouldn't be bothered by that. But if it's like I think this just has to be boundaries with it.
Yeah.
Like I could, hey, I have poker night with my guys, or we're gonna go watch the UFC fight. I'm gonna be there all day. Don't bother me.
Yes.
But I think it just has to be a scheduled thing, where it's like, hey, you know where I am on the calendar. You don't even got to ask me where I am. You just know what time it is. Don't complain. So I think there just has to be, like I said, that compromise and that understanding. But if I'm at poker night every night, regardless, even if I'm not like going to meet women or whatever, it still comes across as disrespect in a certain way, because it's like, yo, I have a woman to come home to.
Not even a certain way.
And I have to spend time with especially when you have kids. Like you can't be out and about like that all the time, bro. You have kids, you have a wife and kids at home. Like I get it, you can hang out with the homies, but every day, all your free time.
You know why? Because there are rules to this. And here's the thing. Going back to what everybody says, I'm not trying to control a person, but here's the thing. Boundaries are a form of control. Like you may not like the way I'm presenting it, but it is. It is, and I think that it's okay. Humans, men and women, should have rules. They should have boundaries. Absolutely. If you want a good relationship, you have to leave certain things behind.
You listening,
That's
B?
all. That's all
I'm listening.
Tatiana, I see you laughing because Tatiana's on my side, man. 100%.
No, it's true. I mean,
I hope B is listening, man.
Oh, poor B.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out. I'm not gonna tell you. If you're a grown woman, you're in a relationship. I ain't gonna tell you you're in a relationship. I'm not gonna tell you have to comport yourself as a so.
Absolutely.
If you wanna go out and you don't want to respect the relationship, that's on you. I'm not gonna respect the relationship. I'm not gonna mess it up. You doing it on your own. Have fun.
But why stick around? I just say, why stick around then? Because then that seems like a stressful situation.
No, but B wouldn't stick. B already said he ain't sticking around. He's not putting no comment.
I'm gonna leave. If you're walking out at 3 o'clock, at 3 o'clock in the morning, you think that's appropriate. All right, cool. Have fun. Keep doing it. But one day, hold up, Q. If you walking out at 3 o'clock in the morning, the first time, I ain't gonna say nothing. All right, maybe you lost track of time. All right, now you do the second time. You do the second time. I'm gonna be packing my suitcase. My suitcase is packed. My shit's packed. My PlayStation, my Xbox it's in the suitcase already. Give it a go.
Right. Wait, what do you mean the second time? Like, is it like back-to-back nights? Is it once a month? Like, you can't.
It could be once a month for you back-to-back nights. I'm still packing my stuff up the second time.
You know why?
When you go home,
nah, that's OD. That's OD. That's OD. Now you're not being fair.
No, it's not. No, it's
like
not.
So you can't decompress. You can't have one night out of the month to decompress. That's like to say, look at what Q said. Q said he's been around my brother for 7 years and hasn't seen me up until 2022. You don't think that's sort of strange?
It's not strange. I don't think it's strange at all.
Nah.
Yes,
well, I was hanging out. I was hanging out. It just wasn't with my brother. But I was outside, out and about. I think it's very strange for me to be in a house or with my woman like 5 years and I hang out with nobody. Like there has to be at least once a month or something for me to find somebody.
That's not, again, that's not what we're talking about. Like you're 100%. You should maintain the same relationships that you have. I believe that 100%. But are you going to move in the same way that you were moving before? Are you going to be hanging out with your boys
Absolutely
every
not.
other day? Absolutely not. You know why? Because there are rules to this. There
Yes,
are things.
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. I think B is 100% right. The only problem I have with B, it's the only one thing I disagree with is waiting for your girl to do something and then saying, "Oh, I'm out." No. You need to state that from the get go. Hey, you can't do this no more. Okay, you're not a hot girl. Okay, no more. You hot girl summer is over. It's hot girl relationship. Okay, you're only supposed to be hot with your boyfriend or your man or your.
Could she go out once a month though? Could she go out once a month for B's girl? Is she allowed to at least have one night per month?
Again, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you can go out.
Hold up. If we live together and we have kids together, and you're gonna go out, you know, once a month. So basically, what you're trying to tell me is, you're gonna leave me once a month. I can't do it because I know you ain't gonna let me do it. But you trying to tell me you want to go out to do what? We have a whole family at the house.
Decompress.
Decompress. Oh, so when I want to decompress,
yes,
you don't complain.
Yes, if it's pure innocence. If she's saying she wants to go to a male strip club and have penises swung in her face, that's an issue. Yes, but if she goes, hey, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go to my monthly book club meeting, that should be okay. That's what I'm getting at. Like
that's different though. We're not talking about
because B said if she does it the second time, he's out. But I'm like,
no, I'm not.
So you're only gonna allow her to.
I mean, if you go down 3 o'clock for the morning, you come back in and your hair was fixed, and you come back, your hair looking all messy and stuff. All right, the first time, I'm gonna start looking at you funny.
Yeah, you should. He's right. You should look at him.
The second time, I'm gonna look at you like I'm gonna start looking at you like I'm gonna look at you like Denzel Washington in Training Day.
She's for the streets. Here's the thing.
She's for the streets the first time, bro.
She's for the streets.
She's for the streets the first time. I wouldn't wait for a second. You coming home and your hair is messed up? Nah.
But again, that's why I say.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is that I'm looking for sense because I don't know exactly the story behind that. I'm gonna investigate and find out. But my stuff's already packed up, so I'm ready, good to go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be petty though. I'm gonna wait till the first of the month is up.
When
the ratings due, and it's half of my half. You go to work, you come home. I'm not
See, Petty Betty.
But B, my question to you, B, is this: if somebody told you, hey, what do you call it in the future, B, hey, listen, your girl's gonna do this. If you tell her, hey, this is my standard, this is what I expect from my wife, my woman, the woman I plan on marrying, or the woman I'm in love, you know, if you tell, hey, listen, I don't want you like going out, coming in at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, like you was like whatever. Like if somebody told you like if you just tell her this and you set this out for what do you call it, you set these standards or set these boundaries from the beginning, you won't have no problems. Would you take that advice, or would you say, hey, you know what? It's up to her. She should know how to move.
First of all, you should know if we're in a relationship, you know my standards. Because I'm going to make it clear to you in the beginning. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get what I like and what I don't like. Now, if you choose to go against that,
you're assuming, but what you're basically saying, and this is something I tell not just my wife, any woman, like, yo, listen, we're not mind readers. I can't possibly know exactly everything that's gonna. So that's what he's saying. Like at the beginning is where you should sort of be like, hey, like the minute you see, like that's why I said when you see these red flags, nip it in the bud. Like, yo, babe, hey man, hey, listen, like I get it. Like Kevin is your best friend, and I'm cool with all of that. But now that we're a couple, I don't think you should be at Kevin's house till 2 a.m. I don't think that's gonna work.
First off, Kevin is not her friend. Kevin is the backup plan. Don't get it twisted. Any dude, any dude that's in your girl's phone, that's her second choice. Okay,
I mean, the dudes that
Tatiana,
stay
am I
before
wrong?
you.
Tatiana, am I wrong?
No. You know, I'm
Uh,
referring to the dudes that's before you, because you know sometimes because look, and I struggle with this, right? So I don't want to be biased on this. In any relationship that I've ever had, a majority of my friends are females, a ton of them. And these female friends are like my sisters. Like I'll be in their house. I know their mothers, their fathers, like their little sisters, their little brothers, all of that. And I'll be in nothing sexual. They're literally just my friends. I would hang out with them, whatever it was, all throughout the night, the morning, whatever. But when you get into a relationship, it is very hard to explain, like, hey, or if you are getting into a relationship, and I learned this as well, that you got to let that be known from the beginning. You got to tell your woman, listen, these are my top friends right here. Look, Chanel, all of these females, these are my, because if you don't say nothing at all and these females just start popping up in the middle of the relationship, they're going to think you full of shit,
yeah.
especially when they're beautiful, especially when they have bodies. You know, females, if it was like a fat Miss Nutty professor, they don't give a shit if you say that's your, they don't care. Unfortunately, you know, it sounds a little shallow, but they're not threatened by that. They're like, oh, all right, you know, yeah, okay, that's your best friend, really? Wow, invite her over. That's what you're gonna get. But if it's someone that's drop dead gorgeous, they be like, nah, that's not your friend, buddy. Why I never heard of her? So I learned early to sort of include that right at the beginning of the pack. Hey, listen, man, I have a lot of female friends. I'm telling you this right now. I'm talking about people that I've known since I was 8 years old, 7. It is what it is. It comes with it. I understand I can't be at her house all throughout the night like I used to be, just hanging out watching a movie with her and her family, but she exists. And I think that that's important. So I know there's females out there, it's the same way. Before you meet your boyfriend, you might have a ton, let me not say a ton, but you might have like a few really close male friends that you used to kick it with. You know, once you get that boyfriend, your friend is supposed to understand, like, hey, our time will be a little bit more limited, but just to eliminate him from the picture entirely, is that possible? Or is it fair, I should say?
Yeah, it's fair.
Nah, come on.
It's very fair.
Because he was there way before you. So if you keep acting crazy, like, nah, what do you think is going to happen?
Hold on. Let's get straight. Because some women out there, they before the man came their friend, they was messing around with him. Now, if you still messing around with him,
I mean, sure, but not all of them.
I'm not saying what I'm saying. There's some females out there that have close male friends that used to be the little boy toy, a little sugar cake. You know what I'm saying, a little thing.
Is that the same case for us though? So what about all of our female friends? Is it so then it's okay for our girlfriends to be like, well, no, that's probably some girl you used to mess with. It got to go both ways.
I can't speak for everybody, but for me, all my female friends, I have my best friend, she's a female. I have two female friends, like my close best friends.
Let's ask. Well, hold on. Let's ask the female. Let's ask the female what she thinks about it. Tatiana, you're what do you call it? You're the female here. What do you call it? What do you call it? Tell us your thoughts on this whole thing.
If I had like close male friends before the guy that I'm seeing, like he's gonna know about them, and my friends are gonna understand that we might not speak as often. We're not gonna hang out as much. But like I would like to include my man, you know, if we're hanging out. Just like if he has close girlfriends and they're gonna hang out, and I already knew from the beginning that's his, you know, that's his best friend, I would want to be included too.
But what if your man told you that, hey, listen, I get it, that was your dude, but like you got to limit that time with him to like very smooth.
I feel like I don't know. It depends how far in the relationship we are. If it's brand new, like if it's fairly new, I would definitely see that as a red flag.
But what if it wasn't? What if it was like, this is your dude, you're thinking about like moving in together, you're thinking about marriage?
Then I would have to think about it.
No. If he told you, again, hypothetics. If he told you, hey, listen, I want to move in with you. What do you call it? You guys are talking about marriage. You guys are talking about having a future together. I need you to like really like that friendship goes from 100% to like 5%. How would you feel? What would you tell him? And this is the dude that you're serious about.
If I'm serious with him, I would probably limit my friendship.
Why?
Because it's a male, and if he feels some type of way about it, then I have to respect him. I wouldn't want to make him feel uncomfortable.
Because there's a future with him, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Or at least I would hope so.
Yeah. See, Tatiana knows what time it is, man. You guys need to take notes, man. Tatiana's a G, man. She knows what time it is.
Look, you guys see me secretly recorded on my phone right here.
Y'all making me light up another cigar, man.
No, I think like I said, I have a ton of female best friends. And I say best friends, I more look at them as like sisters. But for me, I also understood it's not so much that, you know, my wife is insecure or anything like that. I just think it's a level of respect, right? Like I said, I used to hang out with my homegirls all the time. I'd be at their house. I would, you know, nothing sexual about it, just really great friends of mine. But I also understand how that may look, or how that can make you know, my woman feel uncomfortable if I'm just at another woman's house constantly, and she doesn't have eyes on me. It just leaves the mind to wonder. You get what I'm saying? And we've seen enough situations as human beings, not just in movies, but in real life, to be like, I kind of don't want to, you know, be sitting here waiting for something to happen. Let me be proactive. And again, if that person, if you are in a serious relationship, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, these female, they'll always be my friends. And they know that. But some of them haven't seen me in God knows how long. You know, some of them haven't received a phone call or a text from me in who knows how long. I can't even tell you. However, we keep in touch with each other, Facebook, things like that. But, you know, they also have their husbands, and like everyone. I think that's like an unspoken rule. Everyone kind of knows what time it is. Like, and if my girlfriends had a problem with me secluding myself because I had my wife, you know, I would be like, okay, you know, there's something wrong there too, as well. On the friend side, it's like, hey, like, you should be understanding. Like, I'm pretty sure your man wouldn't want me on the phone with you till 1 a.m. Like, what could we possibly? I mean, we probably had shit to talk about before, but it's like, hey, like, why are you talking to him till 1 a.m. like in the living room, and I'm in the bedroom? It's inappropriate. There you go. Yep. So
it's very inappropriate, though.
Right.
If the person, if your significant other's married, if you're married, you can't be on the phone with your friend at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are you doing? What's going on?
But what if she tells you that you're trying to change her and you're trying to control her?
Yeah, because that's what you said, B.
No, I ain't no problem. If she thinks that, cool. I found that. I'm gonna pick a girl I used to talk to and call her up at 1 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna sit right next to each other, and let's see what conversation is more interesting, mine or yours. I'm pretty sure mine will be way more interesting than yours.
B is so bad.
B is thick as hell.
After hear the things they start saying.
B gonna make a whole R&B album right after that.
B. Yo, when you make that R&B album, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna be the first to buy it, man.
B gonna have a whole R&B. Yeah, he gonna be on that Marital Winans. I don't wanna know if you playing me. Keep it on.
You need to
can't take it anymore. Yeah, that's the energy you've been giving me all day, bro.
If she wanna play me, you can play me, because I'm gonna play you right back.
But product, this is why it's important to have rules. This is why we've relegated ourselves to rules. We could be, in a perfect world, I'm not trying to control my girl, and you should do this, that, and the third. But again, it's inappropriate, because guess what? If somebody sees your girl at the club,
I'm not gonna tell you it's an appropriate thing. Though you don't have time it's inappropriate. They should know what's appropriate and not appropriate.
Also, you know why? Because it's embarrassing. If somebody sees your girl or your dude at the club dubbing on a girl or dubbing on some dude, you know what I'm saying?
And you're
you
making
look
me
like
look stupid? No.
you look like a clown. Put
Yeah.
on the makeup. Start juggling those colorful balls. You're a clown. Don't
No,
do it. Again,
for me, it's as I see it. If she want to go double the dude, go double dude. My friend, I'm gonna ask one thing. What's the address? I'm gonna go in the club. I'm gonna go right next to him, pick a chick that's better looking than her, and do it right back and see how she feels.
My guy on his petty
why,
Betty.
why do you need to
How you
go to
feel?
that level? But B, okay, hold on this. B, if I told you, right? If I was like a clairvoyant, that's one of my nicknames, clairvoyant Q. If I said, B, hey, listen, if you tell your girl she needs to act right and she can't go to these clubs, mess around with these dudes, all you need to do is tell her, hey, don't do this, that, and the third. Don't embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? And you could avoid all of these things. You could avoid you going to the club, grabbing a battered chick. Would you do that?
Yes. No,
You
I
know,
told her. I told her in the beginning. Yo, don't embarrass me. Just don't make me look like a stupid little fool. Now, if you make me look like a fool, I'm gonna make you look like a fool back, and then I'm gonna leave you. But I just have to get my pettiness back in. If I don't get my pettiness back in,
That's what it's about right now. You hear?
that's so
You keeping it a
toxic,
buck
though.
though. He's
Yeah.
like, it is
That's so
toxic.
toxic, though.
I have to feel like I won this.
B, let
battle.
me tell you something, man. Let me look into my camera because I'm watching you guys here. But let me look at me in my eyes real quick. Let me get closer.
Hey,
Listen,
yo,
man.
Paul,
Come close, face to face.
don't ever look at another man in his eyes, okay?
I mean, you have to respect. Listen, we're never going to outplay the female when it comes to that, bro. You really have to understand if a woman really wants to do you dirty. And I know you say you're gonna get her back the same way. It's not that easy. I understand what you're saying, but a woman has so much. A woman controls sex. I don't care whatever the situation. They control it. They run that shit. So it is far easy for a woman to say, I'm going to sleep with him, his brother, his cousin, his It is far easier for her to accomplish that than it would be for you. You're not walking up to a random chick and you just like, yo, come here. Let me take you home. You're not doing that at a club either. A female can go to a club every night and just pick a guy. A
100%.
guy cannot go and do the same. For a guy, it's a much more difficult task. He has to have a lot of stuff going on for him. A girl, not to be disrespectful, she just needs to be beautiful, have a nice body, have on that $5 rainbow dress, and then and we're sold. We're sold. So I don't think don't play the getting even because she's going to beat you. Oh, I slept with this guy. Well, I'm gonna go sleep with this girl. Okay, well, I slept with your brother. Is it gonna be easy for you to sleep with a sister? You don't want to go for the tit for tat. I just say if she's like that, just dip because it's just gonna be that toxic energy that. I just want to say you're not beating no girl at no.
No, I'm not saying like I'm gonna win the game. I'm just saying I just want her to see I got at least one pettiness in. Once I get it in, I'm gone. Therefore, I leave it in your back of your mind knowing I won.
Listen.
I won.
That's it.
Listen, and what do you call it? Here's the thing, Jimmy. She doesn't even need to be bad. She doesn't even need to look good. She could be a legit 2.5, 3. And trust me, if she says take it, she'll take it. You're right, and you're 100% right. Women control sex, but in the same vein, men control marriage and relationships.
True.
Yeah, we got that.
If you want to be my girl, men control that. Yeah. Period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But
Tatiana,
don't go to
what do you think?
That's fucking facts.
Because you could be sitting there asking him to marry you for 10 years and he just sit around.
Yep. That's.
So just don't give it up.
Speak on it, Tati. Speak on it.
No, it's true because I was in a long-term relationship and I really I didn't get a ring. We didn't really. We don't have kids, so.
Was that more of a is that I was gonna say religion, but is it something to do with religion or is it just?
Yeah, what happened?
With why we didn't get.
Yeah, just did not get married. Was that like a thing? Because I have people that I know that don't believe in marriage. To be honest, marriage, it's just a ring. I can still be loyal and faithful to my girl without a piece of paper telling me. You get what I'm saying? Like what Q was saying. It is a contract. It's like a contract thing. But technically, if you don't even marry the person and you live with them for what, like 7 years or more, aren't you considered like is that like common?
Common law.
Domestic partnership. A common law marriage, a domestic
Mhm.
partnership.
So
So
I don't know. I went in the relationship not really thinking about it, but like it progressed. So I was thinking, oh, like we're gonna be together forever. And I'm not the type to like, I don't know. I didn't ask for a ring. Like I wasn't throwing it, in his face. I wasn't giving like subliminal messages. It was just not a thing to me. But as we got older, and you like that's the next step, right? You get
yeah,
married, you build a life, you build a family, you build your empire. Like it. I'm not saying it like that's what caused the breakup, but I don't know. It really wasn't that important to me. But
Question.
it kind of does suck that like after 17 years, like it's like you really didn't get
Right, you got nothing to show for it. Question.
exactly.
If you had to do it all over again, what would you do different?
I would probably work like I would communicate better, try to communicate better,
Okay.
and like not change, like not give up like on my true self, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Not change so much. Like I was trying to like, I'm a like pleaser. My family is very old school. I grew
Right.
up like in a strict household, so like I didn't see divorces like growing up. My parents have been married for like 39 years. My mom's been, she's like the submissive type. So I was like that too. Or maybe I am like that. But so I'll change, like I'll adjust to please him, And that's what I did.
Okay. I
I
mean,
like what you said there, though.
ain't nothing wrong with that, but like, I
Yeah, I
think
was gonna say.
that's the problem with most relationships. Nobody's like dating with any type of intention.
Exactly. So we didn't really speak like about the future, like what we wanted out of it, basically, which
Right.
is probably like where we messed up.
But this is why I say it's important to have boundaries and rules
Yeah.
and 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 important talks on where we're going, right? Like so this way, so this way when your guy comes in at like 4 in the morning, like, hey, you've done this 4 times this week, like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you're putting yourself in a position where it's like you're gonna make me look like a clown because if I find out that like, some chick was hitting on you and whatever, and it just doesn't look good, and people find out, it doesn't look good. That's why you
Yeah.
need rules. Period. We're humans. We need rules for everything, even though we think we don't. Even though we think we live in the freest society on the planet, you still need rules. Okay, men and women have to order themselves together, like put themselves in order. What constitutes as order? Rules. Okay, go rules, uh, boundaries, healthy boundaries. That's all
Healthy.
I'm
Uh,
saying.
oh yeah, I think it really comes down to knowing what to look, knowing what you want from the beginning of time, having those conversations, like you said, early in the game,
Hmm.
putting all the cards on the table, such as like I said, with having so many female friends, like, hey, listen, these people exist. Hey, these are some hobbies that I have. Hey, this is what I do on Sunday nights. Having all of those conversations and not just springing it up on your partner. I think, and then also knowing your partner comes with flaws, and you have to really learn early on if you're willing to deal with the flaws. Like if you moving in with someone and you notice they clip their toenails at the kitchen sink, that may that for me, that's disgusting, right? So if I see that and that's something that they do, hey, you need to cut that out. And if that's not something they willing to do, you got to move on. Like,
Yeah.
you can't. um I feel like people stay on for a bunch of different things. But if one of those, if the reasons just isn't good enough, like I have a lot of female friends, so I'll just hear like, oh, the sex is good, but I'm like, he's whipping your ass though. Like,
Yeah.
and and the thing is, yeah, I know, and I've left them and blah blah blah, but no one else kind of fills that void, so I always end up going back, and I'm like, okay,
Toxic.
you understand what I'm saying? So it's
Sometimes
like,
I feel like sometimes people like to self-sabotage. That's self-sabotage there.
But Jimmy, going back to what you said earlier, like, I gotta push back on you. You said, well, you don't want to feel like you're controlling somebody. If somebody's clipping their toenails and you're like, I really don't like that, isn't that a form of control?
yeah, it is. I guess what I meant to say was like, one of those, like telling you what to eat or how to chew. Maybe that's what I meant in the sense of control. Like, I don't want to come across as that, but I think I think it's more to what we were talking about, like boundaries and respect for one another. Like, okay, like it's going too far. You should know, like, this is too much. Like the clipping of the toenails. But here's the thing: if I don't like it and you're unwilling to stop, I have the option and the choice to leave. If I decide, oh no, I'm just gonna stay, and I know that pisses me off, and it pisses me off, but I stay anyway. And then a few months down the line, I see you doing that crap, and my mother's coming in, you're doing it, and I get annoyed with you, and we get into a fight, and it's stupid. I use that as like a dumb example, but
It's a good example.
You just have to see everything at the beginning, and you have to. That's why I always recommend everybody live together before you even marry. Some people don't even believe in that. Some people we live separately, and then when we're getting married, that's when we move in. That's when you find out they clip their toes at the kitchen sink. This is when you find out they do all of these things, and you sit in there like, live with somebody, and you really get to know them, and then you can sit there and be like, all right, that those habits aren't so bad. I can live with that. I think that's important.
Can I make one more? I think before you even live together, how about you just go to therapy together?
Ooh. That's not popular in the culture. No one really recommends that, but I like that.
I know. Just because it's not popular in the culture doesn't mean that it's not right.
And what would the therapy consist of?
Marriage, what do you call it? Couples therapy. Couples therapy. So what do you call it? Just a person who has no ties or allegiance to either party, and you state, hey, listen, I don't like it when the girl cuts her toes and cuts her toenails in there, even though in her culture that's normal. So then, guess what? You have a independent person who can say, hey, listen, just mediate. Just certain conversations.
Yeah.
I think before you even move in together, you should go to the couples therapy. Even if everything is great in the relationship. Even if everything is great in a relationship, there are certain things that you may not see there, or you may not see, or might become an issue further down the line. Yes, it's not popular in the culture, but you know what else is not popular in the culture? Saving, money management. Just because it's not popular in the culture doesn't mean that it's not important.
Yeah,
that's my greater point. So, and yes, it's not popular in culture. Maybe that's the reason why we only own 2% of the overall 100% of wealth that is America. Just a thought.
Bum 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 bum. B, you all right, man? Don't text her, man. I see you looking in that phone.
I'm ordering food, man. I'm hungry.
What you ordering?
Right.
What you ordering? What you ordering?
Ordering the ambulance.
I'm on hot wings.
What you get? Hot wings?
Yeah, from the hot wings and French fries chicken spot.
Nice.
Lion.
So what do you think about that, Tatiana? What do you think about what I said?
I like that point about going to therapy before you move in together. And even if things are perfect, why not have a third party there and you guys,
to tell you things are perfect.
Somebody that can bring up like real like scenarios, and then you guys can just, talk from there and see.
Or just somebody that could say, hey, listen, you guys don't need me. You guys are doing everything the right way. In my opinion, you guys are good.
Mm-hmm.
Never know, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
I completely agree with that.
See, me and Tatiana are best friends, man. I don't know
That's
about
what
you
I'm
guys.
saying. B is over here drunk texting, talking about ordering.
That's cool. Come on out. I'm checking out my food, bro.
You checking out your food?
He's getting them hot wings.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, the hot girl summer. That's code for that. Yeah, all right.
Hot wings.
You just watching the tracking. You just watching tracking for your food.
Bro, I'm hungry.
Nah.
I'm starving, bro.
Yeah,
It's a nighttime snack.
My man just shot forth. He just shot 10 text messages over there. Like, hey man, where you at tonight?
Where you at? The way you add text? Yo, it's too early for the way you add text. You gotta send the way you add text at 12 or later.
Nah, bro, I'm not.
Tatiana, I don't know if you guys did this because you're a woman. Maybe you guys clown each other in a different way. But like one of the things back in the day, oh my God, this used to be so terrible of us. Because you know, as guys, we bust each other's balls. We always roasting each other. So it used to be a thing like where me and all my friends, we lived in similar neighborhoods. We all had girlfriends, and it'd be like, and we got this from UPN 9. I think that was the channel. It's like, yo, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are?
Yeah.
So we would go, yo, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your girl is? So,
I've heard that.
Bro.
But the girls do it too.
That's a good question. That's a great question.
The girls do it too.
Where's she at?
Bro, the fun. Look, he's finding out right now. Look, Bluetooth mode. Look. Let me call her, though. Yeah, B is 10:54. Do you know where your girl is at? That shit causes everybody.
Yo.
But look. What's up?
It's 10:54. You know what time it is, right?
Yeah, it's time for me to go up there and be a father.
Exactly. And it's time for me to go out into the world because I'm single. And you guys are not.
You see?
Single?
Yeah, Tatiana's single.
I'm single, but I'm gonna go to sleep.
Exactly. It's time for Tatiana to go to sleep.
I'm not gonna get myself into any shenanigans.
Well, you can't. If you did, you'd be fine.
I know, but no.
You know what? It's time for me and Tatiana to go out. You guys to hang out and be with your girls.
I'm gonna go play PlayStation. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna play PlayStation, bro.
You're not gonna call your girl? Wish her a good night? Nothing? Wish her a good night?
You have to make sure she's okay.
What the hell?
She out in the club, man.
She'll come back when she wants to.
Yo, wow.
At this time, I'm going to ask you to